evening, all. So bonus game tonight. A friend of mine who goes by the Fictionaut online and has done some translation work and other stuff for me. Asked me kind of out of the blue last week to run a module that he's been working on, which is called Escape from Miklagard. So that's what we will be playing. It's all new players. I'm not hugely au fait with old school essentials, and don't know most of these people, if at all, very well, but I'm sure it'll all work out through the universal language of gaming. So let's bring in the players. There we go. So the idea behind this group is that they are a free company of mercenaries plying their trade throughout the Empire, also making the odd buck here or there as chancers, entertainers, thieves, tomb robbers, whatever turns up a coin, pretty much. I don't know how long you've had to look over the character sheets, but if you would like to give us a brief little intro to your character with any added spice or anything you've added to it, please do.
All right. I am Tabernus Quadrans. I am the, I guess, de facto, de jure, everything leader of this group here, if you might say. I'm the philosopher. I am an entertainer. I am the guy who tells this band of ne'er-do-wells, rascals, and general bastards where to go and what to do for the most part, except when they don't listen. But that doesn't happen too often, I think, but we'll see. But in any case, we just go around, make as much money as we can by whatever means we can, and try not to die in the process.
Do you want to tell us what you look like?
I am a man of a certain age. I am a man of a, shall we say, presence. Basically, I look like the most interesting man in the world, but with longer hair and magic powers.
Okay. Do you want to introduce us to Thetis, or the Tiz, or however you want to pronounce it?
Thetis. Right. Priestess of the goddess of luck. I gamble, I play games of chance, and I sell copper charms to whoever Tabornis points me at. I will offer healing for a price, and I will pretend to heal you for a cheaper price. Right. Most of the money that I make for the group tends to be, oh, look, the traveling group. They've come in. Their wonderful doctor can heal all sorts of things by the power of rubbing her hands together and telling you that you're having a good time.
So basically a wandering Reiki healer.
Absolutely.
Do you want to tell us what you look like?
Right. I have tan skin, long black hair. My eyes are dark at the best of times, right? There's a little bit of makeup involved there to make it look even darker than it actually is. Trying to make myself look more mysterious than I actually am, right? All of my accoutrements have something to do with dice. I have my mace has a dice on its head made of silver. Every chance that I get, I carve a little dice into any coin that I get just to mark that they're mine and not anyone else's. Right. And I have several copper charms laid about me. They're all shaped to look like dice.
Bit of a theme. Okay. Do you want to describe Herzaban, or however you want to pronounce it to us?
I'm going to go with Hetzbaben, and
Okay.
I'm the group's dwarf. Typically the more muscly side of the caravan, and the group's other activities. Have a little squad of crossbowmen with me that help me with these tasks, but otherwise just look like a stereotypical dwarf. Beard, honor, chainmail, beer.
Gruff, bad attitude.
Yes. Far too many 4-letter words in his vocabulary. I can tell because the fact that all of his henchmen have 4-letter names.
Well, it's pretty sure he may not have named them all.
That's how it turned out.
Yeah. Works. What works.
Yeah.
introduce us to Almeric?
Yeah, I'm Almeric, half orc rogue, son of orcish bathhouse prostitute and quite many fathers who have come and gone over time and, uh, you know, taught me some things about adventuring, losing and gaining coin and, other stuff. And I have my trusty war dog Nyx with me. I'm imagining Almeric is doing his best to seem as edgelordy and dangerous as possible, even more so since he is Taberna's bodyguard, but he's actually of a more light-hearted soul, actually, but he tries his best to seem grim and dark and moody and bodyguardsy when he's on duty.
Which we appreciate.
He spends a lot of time brooding in semi-darkness.
He's spending a lot of time looking at the mirror, practicing his brooding.
He burns with generic rage.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. So let me find the starting point. Okay, so things for you individually may have been going okay or not, depending how much gold is left in your purse. But as a company, as a group, things haven't necessarily been going as well for some time. You used to have more carts and more horses, and you used to have more men at your beck and call. So you could take on more duties, but bit by bit, your coin collectively, as a group, as an ongoing concern, has been frittered away on gambling and magical components, on oils and unguents and darker outfits, and whatever other supplies you might have needed, and the wages that you were paying. However, the rumor has been that in the capital of the old empire, Miklagard, the coffers have been thrown wide open, and pretty much anyone who can hold a sword or wave a stick in the air in a convincing manner is being hired on as mercenary soldiers for one reason or another. Probably because there's been issues of civil war and contending for the throne and so on, and so the legions have been a bit depleted, and so mercenaries have been being hired. So you made your way to Miklagard and got a nice fat payment to put you on retainer for a while. But you haven't really been given any duties yet. So you've just been kind of wandering around and taking in the sights, doing the whole tourist thing. It's been fairly boring, to be honest. But at least you got a little bit of coin. Today, this afternoon, you're visiting a site called the First Step. This is a mile marker of the Grand Empire, located near the First Emperor's Forum, and it marks the beginning of the Grand Road, the Imperial Artery, which is a central avenue that runs through Miklagard. The whole thing is almost a gigantic cube, about 40 feet along each side on the inside, with 4 gates at each of the cardinal points of the compass. There are statues around the inside to the 8 old goddesses of the empire, but they've been defaced, and graven into them is the symbol of the new god that everyone's decided to worship because the Emperor said so. There are shiny platinum blocks placed into the ground here, and to kind of show off the Empire's wealth. But as a result, there are also guards here. It's a place of great importance. You can feel the weight of history as you visit the place, but the mile marker itself isn't particularly grand. It just looks old and worn. There are quite a few other visitors to the city here as well, and you all sort of mill around this point. But you've got an opportunity to figure out what you want to do, where you want to go. And here's as good a place as any. At least you've got some shade from the four walls.
And the comforting proximity to platinum. That's always nice.
Yeah, it's always a nice thing to have, yeah.
Wow.
So, gentlemen and lady, what do we plan to do from here on out?
I don't know. Are there any following steps from this first one?
Well, there's the Grand Avenue, all the way west through the city to the Grand Gates at the far end.
Let's see. Well, while we're in town, we may as well just see the sights. There's obviously going to be some more interesting things to check out beyond this particular area, although probably not quite as historically important, maybe.
How are the gods looking upon us? Like, we're mercenaries. Are they itchy? Are they fine with us being there? Like, they probably know that we're here for some action, and there's no action.
Yeah.
So, like, historically, they probably know that's not the best idea.
Roll a d20 under your wisdom to feel them out.
16 plus my wisdom. My wisdom is 8. I know shit about wisdom. -1, so 15.
All I wanted you to do was roll equal to or under your wisdom. So if your wisdom is 8, you rolled 16, fail. Yep.
Oh, that way around. Okay, I gotta go under it.
Yeah.
Okay, so fail. Yeah.
Yes. You have no idea what the guards are thinking. They are inscrutable beneath their helms. All you can see is their beady little eyes looking out.
Well, there's only one way to find out at this point. All right. Take out my walking stick and just walk up to one of the guards with a big old smile and a howdy do.
Okay. He's sort of murmuring in a low voice to the other guard as you approach, and then they both shut up and he looks to you. Can I help you, citizen?
Hail, your name? I am Tabernus Quadrans of this motley band.
You don't need to know my name.
Fair enough. Any news?
That's rather a broad subject.
Well, the day is young, and it's always nice to know what things are happening around the city. Things have been rather calm lately.
Ask a herald. I'm a guard.
Good point. Direction to the nearest herald?
Wander down the avenue. That's where most of them ply their trade.
Thank you very much. Keep up the good work.
He jerks his head up and looks up towards the top of the cube. You can see another guard waving to him.
I wave back at him too and just move along the avenue.
Okay, you take a couple of steps towards the grand gateway that leads out and down the artery. But as you do that, one after another, portcullises slam down in front of each of the exits, shutting you inside with a whole bunch of other tourists and other meanderers. The guards move quickly to the main gate and stand either side of it, peering out through the bars.
Since that's my job, move Tabernus behind me to shield him.
Yeah. I'm
That's
going to
good.
gather up my footmen as well.
Yes, this footman begins looking around for dangers. There's gotta be something around here.
Scan around. Don't
Yeah,
don't like
keep
the
an
look
eye
of
out.
this,
Something's going on.
All of them closed
Yeah.
at once.
Make sure it's not us that they're trying to lock up in here.
Yes, that is
You
the
don't-
other one. How
Yeah,
are they
you don't-
looking at us? They're looking...
They're not looking at you. They're looking out through the gates.
Any of us want to look through the gate, see what they're looking at?
I was going to say, would any of us
Can we?
have... Is there a way up onto the rampart to peer over? Probably better than trying to...
There might be, but it's not obvious. You're a dwarf, though. Roll a d6
Alright, where are we rolling? Just...
on a system. Just roll a physical d6. Tell me what you roll. Or use not
6.
Roll, it doesn't matter. 6. Okay, no, you don't. You don't notice anything in particular. There doesn't seem to be any way. This whole structure seems to be more of a monument than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
The dwarf doesn't know how to see higher. That's
Well,
surprising.
well, since I'm a little bit lighter of build, can I just use one of my footmen as his footstool, or a couple of them as a footstool, just look over everything else, and look over the guards to see through?
That could work.
Yes. 1 second. Okay. Your guards grumble unhappily as you move to stand atop them. Probably something to do with the heels.
Johannes, gorgeous, thank you very much. Good things will come later.
But balancing carefully atop their shoulders, you can look over the rest of the crowd and out through the gates. You can't see much, but the tiny little people in the distance seem to be scurrying, and you can see some smoke rising from close to the main gate.
Uh-oh.
Smoke, that's always fun. I hope it's a fire.
Yes.
I mean, I hope it's not a fire.
And here we are with our marshmallows. Well, it looks like we may be earning our pay at some point in the near future, I think. Okay. Is there anyone in particular who holds our contract at the moment? Is it just the city itself, or...?
Well, the Empire, the Emperor.
You wouldn't happen to have a copy of our contract, would you, Tiberius?
Looking at my inventory, unless it's in my spell book or something.
You probably do. I think we can take it for red that you have a
Yeah.
contract.
That guard I was bothering earlier, is he still around?
Yeah, he's by the gate.
All right. Go see him. Sir, contracted, in as eloquently as I can, contracted employee of the Empire. We are here to fulfill our duties.
Roll d20 under your charisma.
All right. 15 or less. 3.
All right. Well, might be contracted, but you're still a sellsword. We need to figure out what's going on first. But if you want to guard one of the gates and substitute for me, that would be very helpful.
We can do that.
He gives you a sloppy salute, and him and the other guard that were guarding this gate move rapidly over to one of the other gates to confer with their fellow guards, leaving
All right.
you lot to guard this portcullis.
Okay. I think I just drafted us. Well, at least now we have access to a
Personal
gate. Yeah, well, at least now we have access to a gate for you to get the hell out of here.
It's true.
Yeah. So now that we have a bit of a closer look, is there anything we can see through the gate as it is?
There are more columns of smoke rising from various other points in the city. And I feel that I should inform you that this is a really big city. Like, even in a fantasy world, this has like 1.5 million people living within its greater area.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So
So
it's
Constantinople
huge.
times
Yeah.
2.
And something tells me the local population's been going down lately.
Yeah, the instability in the empire hasn't been great, but actually a lot of people have come in from the countryside to seek
No, I mean,
shelter
shit's on fire.
and to feel safe. But now, now shit's on
I
fire.
don't think he was talking about that, Klein.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing things are not going well.
I lean over to Tabernus. Boss, how loyal are we feeling? Like that's some big smoke.
Yeah, that is some very big smoke. But until we know exactly what we're dealing with, it's probably best that we stay on the good side of the local authorities until we know that things are completely pear-shaped.
I think we'll figure that out when one or two of them start running away. That's
Yeah.
when we can start plying our trade.
Along with the smoke, you begin to hear the distant but unmistakable and familiar clash of steel and screams and shouts.
Mm. Okay, so how hard is this portcullis to get open? Is there a mechanism somewhere nearby?
There doesn't appear to be any mechanism on the inside, but in theory, you should be able to lift it up if you get enough of you to heft it.
Mm. Which will immediately get the guards interested in what we're doing.
How occupied are the guards? Like I mean, I can just.
Well, on two of the gates, there's a pair of guards on each on the inside. On the other gate, there are 4 guards stood in a loose circle, talking to each other and gesturing through the gate. Looking up, there appear to be guards. Well, it's not a rampart because it's not a fortification, but on the edge of the roof of the cube.
Okay, so we can expect missile fire.
Yeah. Also, there's a good chance, like within a 5-minute time zone, there will be ice on us.
Mm-hmm.
Even more so since I don't expect them to fully trust us.
No.
Which is a smart move, but still, I would prefer them to trust us.
Yeah, so if we were to
Teleportation.
pry open the portcullis, we'd have to like get up just enough that we could roll underneath and then just,
Oh,
Which would, of course, be
I
most
also
of
have
our
a
lives,
grappling
take us
hook,
behind.
but I don't see us escaping that way unnoticed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the
Oh.
4 of us. Yeah, there's 16 other hirelings.
I got my
Yes.
5-footman. I've got a horse. So
I have 4 crossbowmen, but our
And,
daily-
and we can't forget
If-
the caravans, right? We spent all this time lugging them here. Why are we leaving them behind?
No,
Yeah.
The
I'm
horse,
leaving
the
my
horse and the
dog.
cart are probably at whatever taverna you decided to make your base of operations.
Yes.
Mm.
It
which
may
means
be
it probably wouldn't be a
prudent-
bad idea to get there.
Prudent leader, it might be time to flex your leadership a little bit and see if you can get these guards to think along our lines of going either towards or away from the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are they doing here? If there's fighting, they should be over there. If there's not fighting and everything's going a little bit dicey, they probably wouldn't mind, coming along, seeing the sights with us.
Yeah. All right, that's worth a shot. So, while you guys are guarding the gate here, I'll go over with my foot. Well, I'll grab some of my footmen too, just in case. Go talk to the guard there again, see how things are going over there after he's had some time to discuss stuff.
Yeah, they look like they're just about at a decision, but they're all the same rank, so they're kind of trying to pass the decision-making, final word off on each other, so they don't have to take responsibility when you come strolling over.
Yeah, I know that kind of
Problem?
situation. No, not quite, although the sounds of fighting have gotten louder and there's more fires in the distance and people screaming. Nothing we haven't seen before, but it is a bit alarming to say the least.
Yes.
Mhm.
Look, we could probably keep people safe here, we're thinking.
True, for now at least. Unfortunately, we don't really have any idea what's going on, I assume.
No, but with your troop here, we have reasonable fighting force. And we have fortifications of a kind.
True, true. Then again, the people out there of the city's guard out there could also use the help, most likely.
True, but we don't yet know what's going on. We should receive orders. Someone should send for us, or a signal will go up.
What
We
would be
need
the
to wait
signal?
till when. There are fireworks which can be used. There are signal cannon. Or a
What
runner.
happens if we don't get one?
Then we don't get one.
Thought. We have the means of. You guys are, duty bound to protect this area. Yes.
Yes, that's our
Okay.
primary duty.
All right. We're a bit more flexible in what we're ordered to do specifically. We could always go out for roundabouts, recon the disturbance, come back and send word as exactly what's going on, or possibly get you your orders as quickly as possible.
He seems to mull it over a bit. One of the other guards sort of sneers at you and mutters something about cell swords. Make
I sneer back.
take 4 away from your charisma and then roll under that.
All right, so I need an 11 or lower. 18. Nope.
It's like, no, I think we're better off keeping you and your men here to defend. I mean, this is the foundation stone of the capital and of the empire. It's symbolic. We need to stand strong and defend it with our lives. The other
Yes,
guards
with your
give a
lives.
not quite as enthusiastic cheer. Yay!
Yay. Yeah, there was much rejoicing there. All right. I give Almeric a side eye and then just move back to the gate for now. All right, so they're not inclined to let us leave freely and of our own will, so we got to get this gate open if we're going to get the hell out of here. Now, is there any way we could create a distraction?
That is a question. How many?
Are you looking for a non-invasive one, or
Preferably not one that results in us immediately going straight to MDK territory.
no? I'm talking more about like could it might diminish their ability to defend this stupid rock. That's all I'm saying.
There is a lot of platinum here.
How many tourists are in this little gated area now?
So there's you lot, your compatriots, and a couple of dozen tourists.
Couple dozen. Okay. Maybe time to rile up a little bit of a crowd. That might be a decent distraction while Hertzbed and his men get the gate open.
There's some math time that my brain just decided to compute. Did you say there's 2 guards per gate? There's 4 gates, so maybe 8 guards at most?
Plus the ones that are up top.
Plus the ones on the roof,
Right.
which you assume to be about equal in number from what you've seen.
Do we care what they think? We could just. I don't think we do. We could just leave.
It's not
True.
what they think as a bolt into my back that might suddenly sprout like a weed.
Are
A
they?
very painful weed.
Yes. Digs very deeply. Very invasive species. Yes.
Well-
Might just be the thing to rile them up. Does anybody have any ideas of that? Because then they'll be busy trying to make sure that people don't, start pulling the platinum out of the ground. It's things like that.
I mean, we could always try a religious rite. Repent, repent. Your dishonoring the gods has resulted in terror and horror and stuff. They did disfigure the local idols here, so.
I mean, we could just start talking loudly about how this is a death trap, and if we weren't just mercenaries paid to be here, we would do everything to get out of this place.
That can work too. I mean, it wouldn't be our fault if someone decided to, I don't know, start rioting in terror if the sound of it.
Open portcullis, even.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're mercenaries. Those guys are common folk.
Yeah, I mean, they can't be held accountable for, going shit crazy at the sight of horror.
Certainly not.
And they already seen Ansi, probably from all the smoke and sounds of combat and screaming and dying going on, and getting closer.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yes.
All right, let's get ourselves some human shields.
Actually, wait.
Do
we have access to the roof at all? Like, are we able to just talk to the guards and let us up onto the roof?
You haven't seen any way to get up to the roof. You could shout up to them.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be using hand signals with the other guards, but you don't know what they mean.
Probably goes through a guard building or something like that.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. Could we ask? Because right now, we don't know anything about what's happening. Maybe we're better off in here. I don't freaking know. I'm assuming no. But I like not being trapped in the building I'm about to burn to death, but otherwise...
And I'd like to get my stuff back.
Let me just double check this. The fire that is rapidly getting larger size is from the main gate, correct?
The first column of black smoke rose from close to the main gate, but now there are others. And your field of view from by the front gate only lets you see down the avenue, so there might well be more.
Yes, but I'm going to assume if the grand exterior gate that's supposed to keep everything out for our little tiny portcullis comes into play is already down, then things outside might be going far, far worse than this little tiny roadstone protection ring can do.
And
and
all I'm saying, I am a devotee of the goddess of luck. I don't think any god would be upset about me blessing them, going around each individually, of course, one by one, to carefully examine the local area. And give them the blessings of the goddess as we explore around and try and find where the. I'll be looking for the portcullis or some way up to the roof to find more information.
Yeah. While you're doing that, while you're blessing them casually, drop in hopes that we don't all die horribly trapped in this place.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Are the rest of you traveling around? Some of the rest of you traveling around the gates as well, or just letting Thetis do it?
Hexbaron is waiting for things to get spicy enough that he thinks him and his band of men can start trying to pry the gate open.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stay nearby there too, just because having some extra cell swords there is probably gonna help for lifting up or providing cover.
Yes. Looking through the other gates as you go around and do your pretend blessings, which no one knows any the wiser, really. You do the rites, you just don't put the holiness into it. save your energy. Yeah, there's more signs of smoke and damage pretty much every way around the city. So whatever happened, you don't think it started at the main gate. It seems to have started within the city.
Oh boy.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
But you don't spot any way to affect the portcullis from here other than just, muscling up to it.
All right, then. How's the mood of the crowd going?
Can Thetis make a D20 roll equal to or under her charisma?
Oh dear, my best worst stat. This would be fantastic. Oh no!
Oh,
Wait,
no.
that's not a 20. That's a 2. Aha!
Woo!
Well, that's good then. All right.
That's pretty good.
Lady Luck smiling on you once more.
Always a good goddess to worship.
Man's regular sacrifices.
1 second. Okay, so it's more the fact that you seem to feel it necessary to go around and bless these massive steel bars to give them extra protection. That seems to be what's upsetting people more than the actual words of distress that you're spreading are. But yeah, rapidly the crowd, couple of dozen people, begins to panic, and they rush the main gate to the artery, which you guys are guarding. So what do you want to do? There's a mob of frightened peasants stampeding to.
Oh no! What shall we do? Get the gate open. Get the gate open.
Get the gate open. Get the gate open. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like the guards can see us getting the gate open if there's a mob in front of us.
Yeah. The gang of dwarves muscles up to the gate as the crowd pushes in behind them, and somehow, sort of World War Z style, I suppose, the sheer mass of flesh pressing against the gates adds extra leverage to help the dwarves get the gates up. They slowly crank high enough for people to start to spill out underneath.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a move on. Let's get back to our try and figure out a way to get back to our tavern, see if our stuff hasn't been looted yet.
Our true calling calls beyond these gates.
Can you each make... what's going to be best? I hate old-style saving throws. Make a decision. Make paralysis saves, or take one hit point of damage
All
as
right.
you force your way out through the crowd.
So under our paralysis, right?
Yeah.
It's over, I think, actually, because it goes down as you level up.
Oh,
Oh.
shit. So I'm 12 and I need 13, so I'm just...
I rolled a 1.
Well, the dwarf is fine, so 15.
So that's
16.
1 HP damage.
All right.
Yeah, and roll for your retainers as well.
Ah.
Okay, so I rolled a 14. So am I rolling over or under my paralysis?
Over.
Bad.
Over. Okay.
Bad.
What if it's exactly my paralysis?
Bad.
Sorry,
Bad.
what was that?
If it was exactly the paralysis, so 14 on 14.
I think you have to get over.
Okay, so I failed.
Only 1 passed.
Same
So
here.
all take 1 hit point. So if they've got 1 hit point, they're in trouble.
Okay, so what are those? Okay, they're all 14. Convenient.
Oh, great. One of them does have 1 HP.
Okay, he is crushed to death by the crowd.
Goodbye, Davidus.
My my one that was also 1 HP was also the only one who failed. The other 3 passed flying. Poor guy with 1 HP is the one who failed.
Yeah.
I told the
Making those
Card
dead.
Harness you need to drink his milk, but no.
Everybody but Dionysus is lost. The other one who did pass is the other one who does have 1 HP.
So that's lucky then.
Yeah. All right, so he's down to 4,
Wait, let's type in
7,
dead here.
5.
Rico
All
died.
right. So you spill out under the portcullis with the crowd scrambling and crawling underneath as well. Some of the guards fire a couple of crossbow bolts into the crowd, seemingly not knowing what else they should be doing. So a couple of peasants die horribly with quarrels stuck through them. Once enough people have gotten out that there's no longer enough people to hold the portcullis up, it slams down on another peasant, impaling them, and about a half dozen people are still stuck behind it with the guards.
Well, that's what you get for killing Davidus, you bastards.
Better the peasants than us. We have important
Yeah.
places to be, important things
Yeah.
to do.
Unlike the peasants who don't.
They just run around cowering and screaming. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah, we do too, but only when it's
President.
entertaining.
It's their class specialty.
Yeah, we're not about that NPC energy.
Okay, so yeah, you look down the massive artery. There are, which is this grand road running right the way out to the Platinum Gate at the far end. The gates are closed as best you can make out through the haze of smoke, and there are crowds and crowds of people all rushing into the artery, trying to get to the gates and escape. So there's all manner of hand carts and people weighed down under their belongings, families all holding hands, dragging each other along. It's a huge tangle of humanity. And as you watch, one part of one of the subset aqueducts that supplies the city with water, there's a bright blue flash and a horrible grinding noise, and a section of the aqueduct collapses, spilling a minor tidal wave of water right across the artery, washing
Oh,
people
dear.
into the side streets and crushing others under the bricks.
Yeah, things went pear-shaped.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I mean, foobar is another way. Foobar being the fantastical term that is learned throughout the land. Crap. Okay, we're not going that way.
Catastrophic
Our stuff's
failures.
in the tavern. Is that inside or outside the city?
The tavern is inside the city.
Bloody hell.
Is the
Yeah.
tavern even our main goal at this point? Quick question. Since you said the city is vast, right? This
Yeah.
main gate that everyone's moving towards, how far away in like hours travel is that from where we are right now?
It's a long, long way, but it's kind of
Talking like
the-
hours, half a day.
In normal circumstances, it might
Bless you.
take you maybe 2 hours to reach the gate.
Okay, it is quite a bit away. It's like that kind of city. But like how we've had some time to tourist around. Do we have any idea about other exits that might work better for us? 'Cause
There
I
are
don't.
many gates around the walls of the city, but most of them, much smaller than the Platinum Gate, and the roads and alleys in the rest of the city. It's a warren. It's a maze.
Is there any clear benefit to the main gate? And also, how about the harbor? Do we have a ship? How did
There is
we
a harbour.
arrive?
You don't.
here?
You don't have a ship. You came by
Not a
land
ship.
with your cart, but someone
Yeah.
will have a ship.
There are
Which
Which
ships.
means we will have a ship if we go there and someone has
Yeah.
a ship.
We have a theoretical ship right now. We just have to put it into praxis.
It is a
90% of
ship in
ownership is
potentia.
possession.
Yeah,
90% of
Yeah.
ownership is possession.
yeah.
So
Okay,
Alright.
I definitely like having like an idea. I let Tabernus in on my idea about the theoretical ship.
Yeah, I look at the smashed aqueduct and you're thinking, yeah, that might be a good idea. The blue flash that we saw destroy the aqueduct that you mentioned, do I have some idea what that might be?
You're a magic user, aren't you?
Yeah.
Roll d20 equal to or under your intelligence.
All right, that should be hopefully okay. 12 under 17.
Okay, that was a lightning bolt spell.
Oh crap! Okay, things have gone really, really bad if they're starting to throw those things around. That's some relatively powerful magic right there.
The situation has been
Way above
upgraded
my
from
pay grade.
pear-shaped to dragon fruit shaped.
Pomelo shaped.
Star fruit.
Yeah, well, let's just say, yeah, we should probably make our way away from that for the time being and, at least try to find an exit route from this place as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Which way of the harbor?
So the main gate is west, so the harbour is east, the opposite direction.
Oh.
But
Wonderful.
the tavern you've been staying in is to the south.
Does
Okay.
the tavern have anything that's really important to us?
I pull on Tabernus.
Yep.
Isn't this the big city hub with the enclosed harbor that's entirely inside the one building?
That's
How
a very
we
good
getting-
question.
How are we getting the ship out of there?
That is a very good question. How is the harbor built around here? Is this like, the kind of thing we can actually get out from there? Or is this a situation where it's going to be more complicated than it's worth?
That much waterfront. It's described as having docks for each of the main trading cities that have ports throughout the Empire, and another port called the Mithril Port, which is the military port, where there'll be galleys, war galleys, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the gated one, right? Because there's
Okay.
like one that's like surrounded by
Yeah.
a wall. Like
That
that.
might be
Okay.
the easiest one to get a ship from, though, because all the merchants, they're already going to be gone in a little bit here. They're going to be getting out here with whatever they can. For the military, however, this is going down fast. They're not going to be able to crew all those ships if there's anything out to sea.
Mm,
It might be just deserted when we get there.
possibly.
Does anyone know how to sail?
No.
I'm a dwarf.
Can't be that hard, can it?
Wait, the dwarf knows how to sail.
I'm sure we
bet
could
plenty
find
Dwarf
of
knows how to
sailors.
sing. It's not the same thing.
I'm sure we could find some sailors who are amenable to a new job, new management.
Not dying.
Yes,
Not dying is
maybe
a
them
bit-
and their families too.
Yeah. You ever met any sailors? Can't be that hard.
I mean, we're mercenaries. They have whores. We have whores. We all go to the same brothels.
Yeah.
Yes.
They all have scurvy.
Might-
How
might
much
drink
of a fight
differently,
can they put
though.
up?
All right.
Yeah, we could try to go by the tavern, see if we can't get at least some of our stuff with us, and then head over to the harbor.
I like that plan.
Yeah.
We could try to get other stuff as well while we're at it. I mean, we
Oh,
have
yes.
to bring in our own. I don't think we're gonna get paid for this if it goes the wrong way.
No.
Speaking of this, how far away did we safely regroup from the first steps?
I'm assuming you got out of crossbow bolt range, so you kind of scurried over to the side of the artery and into an alleyway between a couple of.
What's the
Um,
current
houses
area
blocks.
like where we are?
Well, you're just off the artery, so it's a bunch of small shops and insulae, so Roman-style multi-housing.
Are the shops already deserted?
Yes, they are.
Oh, I'll take a
Ooh.
browse. I mean, we're currently deciding on things. Might as well do some little window
One-stop shopping. Everything you need,
Our
right?
schedule for the
Fingertips.
day is already ruined. We can't go see the sites. Our job contract is up, probably. Why not do some
Yeah.
shopping?
I'll put in. I'll throw in a IOU note, but it's just those 3 letters though. Like
Yeah, just to tell you who's actually
it's
owes you.
just IOUs. That's all. Okay, is there anything that actually might help us on a further journey, like shops wise? Like I don't know,
I am
weapons?
just checking.
Feeling a bit sad about leaving all that platinum behind.
That's fine. We'll find more. Probably at temples.
Yeah, true.
There is a small spice market, which has been partially looted, and
That was quick.
and a restaurant, which doesn't seem particularly touched.
Yeah, I'm going for lunch, I guess, if there's nothing else that's worth anything.
Yeah, and spices, even in small quantities, are probably worth quite a bit, even in these
Yeah.
troubled times. So,
So
Um,
while you're discussing, you loot spices and help yourself to a bowl of stew
Yeah.
or something.
grab
Can I-
you know, a chicken leg off off someone's table that's been left there, and just
Can I increase the morale of our troops by, after being shot at by crossbows, providing them with some lunch, maybe
Yes.
beer as well? Well,
You can ply them with stolen food and drink from the restaurant, and you can count their loyalty as being one level higher
That's
for the
good.
rest of the day.
no, that's an excellent
They'll
idea.
need it. They'll need it as
I mean, they've just been
well.
trampled a little bit, so yeah, they could use a break.
yes,
Yeah, here's a Snickers. Sorry about your wounds.
Yes,
yes.
very much so.
Free food is free food. It's fine.
Yeah.
Have you decided you're going to head for the docks or not? And are you going to stop by the tavern first or not?
I think we should probably stop by the tavern first, because let's face it, those of us with horses would probably benefit from getting those to, navigate
Yes.
the crowds a bit.
And also wagons to
Yeah.
accumulate
we-
our ill-gotten gains in.
We can reevaluate if whatever is causing the smoke is already inside our tavern, but
Yeah. Or if the
Let's
tavern's
go-
currently not there anymore.
That's a problem for later us. We don't like later us.
Yeah, later us are a bunch of jerks.
Yes.
Yeah, they can deal with their own shit. Talking about like in between later us, is there anything lootable on our way there? Anything like that Almeric would consider worthy?
Nothing immediately obvious, and you
Nothing
probably
like
don't.
the first steps.
No, you probably don't want to hang around and go through people's apartments.
Probably not.
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay, let's go to the tavern.
Yes.
Okay. So, clustered together, you make your way down through the alleys. Occasional civilians hurry past you, carrying big bags full of stuff, or pushing hand carts. A couple of people you take to be looters because they're carrying stuff that's clearly not theirs. So other people have apparently hit on the same idea. And then you arrive close to the taverna you've been staying in. So across the minor road from the taverna, the Crushed Grape, which you've been staying in, is one of the local district halls, sort of local government for different parts of the city. Marble steps, grand columns, 3 stories tall.
Does it
If you
look
have-
gilded?
Not gilded, but wealthy. It's a sort of administrative hub and sort of minor legal sort of area. There are dozens of scrolls burning or blowing around in the wind outside.
I'm guessing those are the tax records.
Probably.
That's what I would do.
Or-
So I'm
or
assuming
basically-
minor government area probably has wealth, but doesn't necessarily have that much in the way of guards.
There is one rather plump guy in a sort of tunic, looking, sort of upper middle class, running around trying to put out the fires that are burning some of the scrolls and gather up others, to the point where he practically looks mummified by scrolls.
Don't suppose that from here any of them look like the kind of scrolls a magic user would be interested in.
Not unless you want to earn 5% of a farm's takings next year, perhaps. So it's not really a spell, exactly.
Hmm.
401k
Summon
is not
actuary.
a great spell. Very, very.
I
ill
cast
advised.
tax evasion.
Yeah. Oh god, I wish I could cast tax evasion.
Yes, same.
Best of spells.
Canadian fucking taxes. All right. Well, in any case, it's probably got something worth stealing in there. So, if no one else has any objections, I feel we should check it out a little bit while we're here.
Absolutely.
Speed
I mean,
speed is my objection. Time you spend looting is time we spend not building up potential time to get burned to death. Those two are equal to each other.
but it also equals time like that. This is time we're getting paid. Like just think about it. Like art from the greatest biggest city of the world's hall that potentially in the future no longer exists. Like
AKA Mad Bank.
just take something.
I'm not
It
telling
might-
you no. I'm telling you have 3 minutes. While we figure out how to get to the harbor and steal a boat.
I mean, it's worth looking in for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I already go in. I start going in.
All right.
Okay. Is anyone checking the taverna for your horse and cart?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have
your-
I'll have my remaining footmen gathering all the stuff together to get everything ready for us.
Okay, your horse is gone, but the cart is still there. So
Yes.
come see, come sir.
Darn it. Goodbye,
Okay, so-
Stompy.
Anyone else's horses around?
Not that you can see. The stables, such as they are empty. There do seem to still be a few people huddled in the taverna.
Mm.
Any donkeys or anything like that?
No, they're quite good looking. No donkeys.
That's all.
Okay, so who was going across to the hall?
I am.
Okay, so yeah, you start towards it, and the plump man in the tunic, cocooned in scrolls, hurries in front of you. Yes, what are you doing?
Just having a look, saving. We're here from the Empire, saving the important, expensive stuff.
You're part of the free companies, aren't you?
No, you got that. You're obviously confused. Go worry about your paper stuff.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
And you're doing a very good job of it so far.
Yeah, but
But
you're
you-
also keeping us from doing our job. So stand
Well,
away, citizen. This is official business,
if
and
you're-
yada yada. We have
if
to go
you-
in there.
One moment, please. If you're in the employ of the emperor, and if you're loyal, then you should help me.
Yes. Why don't you escort us inside so we can help you help yourself?
Yeah, let's do both at the same time. That
Yeah,
sounds
yes.
efficient.
He pulls some of the scrolls off from around him and hustles in. The interior is making your eyes water a bit from the smoke from many scrolls that are burning inside as well. I can't possibly save them all. If you help me gather as many scrolls and preserve them as possible, I'll give you access to the vault.
Just
Access to the
sure.
vault.
Well, that's motivation for me.
That's enough motivation for us. Yes.
All right. Scrolls it is. Let's just grab as much stuff as we can then.
Again, let's do a dual route. You show me the vault. My boss and husband are gonna deal with the paper stuff.
Indeed. We'll let Almeric here be. Almeric here is my bodyguard. He will be providing you with protection while you go check out the vault and make sure everything's okay there. Meanwhile, we will take care of the paperwork. It's for your own good, of course.
He leads you.
I'm a
deeper
very
into the
protective
building.
person, and I give him my edgiest, toothiest smile.
Shank him the moment you don't need him anymore.
He leads you deeper into the building, past the one of the main records rooms. A couple of these big cases are on fire, and
Okay.
embers are drifting from one set to the other. He stops, sort of worried, and bites off what's left of one of his fingernails, and then hurries onward through another door at the back.
Yeah.
The
I don't
vault's-
trust him though. Like, I think I'm smart enough to not trust him, so I'm gonna keep an eye out.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
he does seem the nervous type. But yeah, it leads you through the back doors from the records office, and there's a stone door with a large ornate keyhole in it, which he comes up to. The vault's in there, but we need to get the papers out first. They're more
We have
important.
2 people doing the papers. You're the key guy.
We
You're not
need
the papers
more
guy.
people with the papers.
Yeah, and as fast as the key goes in that holy hole in there, the faster we get with the papers.
He snaps a leather thong off his neck and just hands you a big ornate key, and then dashes out and gathers up an arm full of scrolls and runs out the door.
I'll go on with the vault then.
All right.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we've got armloads of scrolls just tossing them out the door. Just.
How bad is the heat? Like, should I worry about like keys and doors and shit?
So the sheer concentration of scrolls isn't as dense as a library with books would be. So there's plenty of air around. Unfortunately, that means the fire's getting fed, but it does also mean there's still enough air to breathe.
Okay. And like, if I go about, like, I'm imagining the vault has a steel door. I'm just scared it might be actually fucking hot.
It's a stone door.
It's a stone door. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm a rogue. Like, I can spare a couple seconds to inspect it a little.
Yep. Okay. It's a big stone slab. You think it's probably delicately balanced, so it should swing about its center. And the lock looks like it probably operates 2 bolts, which probably slot into holes either side of the door.
All right. Yeah. Guess I'm opening the vault.
Okay.
Carefully.
One second. Okay, you don't need
Just
to
so
take
you know, if
anything.
you die crushed by the door, I told you so.
No, you told me to kill the fat guy with the scrolls.
And you
That's what
didn't
you
do
told
that, so this is what you get.
I guess so.
Which way are you turning the key?
What?
It's.
Is that
at least it's
relevant?
better than. At least it's better than latrine duty.
Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
What way do keys usually open? Clockwise, right?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah, clockwise.
Okay. So you jam this big heavy key into the lock and you turn
Carefully.
it clockwise. There is a clunk.
Okay. Is there anything I should do as a rogue in this situation?
You already examined the door and I
Yeah.
gave you information on it.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna open it carefully.
Okay. It moves slightly, like a millimeter, and then stops. So one of the bars is still engaged.
Ugh.
I guess turn it the other way.
I was gonna say turn it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it again and see if that does anything.
Okay. It goes through a full revolution, and then there's a loud clunk from the same side of the door as before.
Okay. Again, carefully doing a little pull.
It
Still
doesn't
locked?
move at all this time.
Okay, then I'm going the other way.
Okay. This time there's a clunk from the opposite side.
Again, doing a little move.
It moves about a millimeter and then stops.
Okay, I don't have the kind of attention span for that. I'm going to get the fat guy. I'm running after the fat guy. I can't. I'm not that smart.
Okay, you come running out of the vault. Everyone else is just like hurling scrolls out into the street.
Fat
as
guy
you
still
come-
there?
as you come through the records room, you see the guy. He looks at you kind of panicked and then slams the exterior door shut. And you hear a second loud thump from behind it.
Uh-oh. What now? I say to the fat guy.
Well, he's on the other side of the door.
Oh.
Well, you can hear us, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Someone
we still
check to
got
make
the-
sure he didn't bar the door from the outside.
Okay. One of your minions pushes on the door. Oh, it's blocked.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Well, that's not good.
That's not good at all. For him.
There's a smashing sound from one of the high windows, and a lantern comes flying in, hits the far wall, sprays oil all down it, which catches fire. You can hear him outside. Burn, you traitorous swine!
We weren't done! We were helping getting the scrolls out! Okay, we need to get the hell out of here.
Bureaucrats. So inconsiderate.
Yeah.
No good deed unpunished.
All right.
Yes.
How many of us are there in this building?
You're down one crushed minion, so
As many minions as we would like.
Well,
Yeah.
Almeric's first thought is gonna go towards containing the fire of the lantern that was thrown in our direction.
Yeah, is there any water or anything else?
No,
or
thinking
some
more
use
about
smoke?
like,
Yeah.
I think I have a cloak, right?
yeah, you've got a cloak.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Maybe smother the flames with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna like first thing I'm gonna try is smother the flame, so giving us
Do
more time.
I do not have a cloak, so
I'm a rogue. It would be weird if I don't have a cloak.
that is
Cloak
true.
is basically my job.
Roll a d20 equal to or under your dex to beat the fire out with your cloak.
Sure. Yup, 6 under 16.
Okay. It's touch and go for a while, but you do manage to beat the worst of the oil flame out by cutting it off from air with your
But the building itself is burning anyways already.
The
right?
building itself is burning, but it's no longer burning as quickly.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Still need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do have a grappling hook, and there are windows.
Yes.
And I could summon a floating disc.
Also,
Hmm.
weird question. Does Thetis even know anything was gone wrong yet? Because Thetis would. I think she was in the tavern and we were kind of
Yeah,
looking around for our
she's
stuff. And
outside.
is she even aware that something's gone wrong, or is she still just
Uh,
checking out the tavern and checking out for other stuff?
You've had a minute, so what were you looking for in the tavern? Just getting your stuff organized.
Yeah, once everything was organized, looking for other people's stuff in the tavern, right? Because that's what everyone else is doing. So she gave him mine. So,
Okay. Yeah, you could have raided a couple of the other rooms and got like a handful of silver pieces and
Hey.
some spare clothes or whatever. But glancing out, you do see that someone has blocked off the main door to the building opposite and is currently prancing up and down outside the front of it, screaming traitors.
do I see any of my
no.
boys outside? I'm gonna guess no.
No, the door's closed and blocked, and you can't see any of your guys.
Do I have any of my minions with me? Were they helping me, or did they go
Yes,
help
I
out?
think
Yeah,
you
you've
said
got
that.
my remaining 4
Right.
footmen with you.
Johan, Gorgeous Paulus, I think we have a situation. And we're gonna drag him by the ear outside if we have to. Do I wait for the fat man? What do I have on me? I'm gonna take a wild guess that it's my boys that are quote unquote the traitors to the Empire. And I have no
we're
proof,
good boys.
but I have a strong suspicion it was them. No idea. So
We're often
I'm just gonna bonk
misunderstood.
the man. We're just gonna unleash bonks. We're gonna throw the hammer down.
Okay, so you and your minions are going to pile out and just beat the fat guy to death in the street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Make your attack rolls. His armor class is 8.
Okay. Do I need to roll over or under it? I rolled a 13.
We're using ascending armor class, so you need to roll over on your attack rolls.
Okay, I rolled a 13. Is that? Oh, right. His AC is 8. Neat.
Yeah. So you beat that. That's a hit.
Okay, and then D6 damage. Right. 60s. Where is mace?
Should be under gear.
Yeah, here we go. Warhammer. Head is a dice. Ha! I was right. I rolled a 4.
Okay, you carefully turn the mace to be sure you hit him with the number 4 off the dice and smack him.
Perfect.
He's a random NPC peasant, so he has like maximum of 4 hit points. So,
It's the
yeah.
4 for how many
You-
pounds?
Are you saying his
weight?
luck ran out?
yeah,
Yeah.
Damn it!
So
I
you
wanted
and
to say it.
you and your boys pile out, surround him, and crack his skull. And the boys throw his body into the side of the street and start pulling at the blockade. Most of it's just light trash, which shouldn't have held the door shut, but he had knocked a wedge under the edge of the door, and that's what was really holding it shut. So the doors fly open. The sudden rush of air makes all the fire flare up a bit more again, but you're able to escape now.
All right. Almeric, did you manage to get the vault open?
No, I was gonna ask him, and I point to the corpse on the side of the street.
What happened? It wouldn't unlock?
I got the key, but it doesn't. There's some trick to it, so I ran back to get him to do it, but he decided we're traitors for some reason.
Yeah, no, people are so judgmental. Okay. How advanced are the fires looking right now?
You've probably got a small window in which you could dash to the vault, have a quick look, and get out.
All I'm saying is that is a $1,000 gold key is what that is. We could sell that key later and say we know where the vault is. That's
That is
information.
very true. But that'd be very helpful if we knew what was in the vault. Take me to the vault.
I take my boss to the vault.
All
Also,
right.
while we're hurrying, I'm gonna have like a quick look left and right if there's anything to just quickly grab on the way back, like off worth, just like art,
Office
like
stationery.
yeah, whatever. That like I said,
Yeah, there's like a bust of the emperor.
yeah, it's
ink
from
is
the
quite
forlorn
valuable.
city of Miklagard that is probably no longer in the future.
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be a
There's
collector's
paper
item.
clips. There's
It's
paper
worth
clips.
by default.
Big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, for now, I'm just bringing Tabernus as I'm told
Yeah.
to
The actual shelving is now alight in the records room. And as you hurry past, one of the shelves topples over into the one next to it, and then those both slam into the wall and send embers flying in all directions.
We need to hurry.
Yep.
Here's the vault. It's got
All
a
right.
big, ornate-looking lock, which
Key?
the big, ornate-looking key fits.
Yeah. I got one of the things to open, but it
Click.
just doesn't move a millimeter.
I turn the other way.
Okay, the key slips further into the lock, and then there's a clunk for a second time. The door swings easily about its central balance.
I give Almeric a look like, what the hell do I pay you for, man?
How much taxes are we redistributing to the people?
Okay,
By
well,
people,
there's
I
a whole
guess.
there's a whole bunch of sturdy red clay pots in here, which with lids on them, and there are scrolls hanging off the front of each one.
Okay. Read one of the scrolls. What does it say?
Such and such district, population, taxes collected, taxes spent.
I open one of the pots.
It's completely empty, apart from a rather surprised-looking spider.
Close it. Okay. The other one next to it?
Empty, not even a spider.
Not even a spider?
I'm starting to see why the gates might be on fire.
Yeah. Okay, one last pot. Nothing.
See if you get lucky. There is a single silver coin in the bottom of the pot.
Let's go.
That guy died for a silver coin and a spider.
Yeah, we're leaving the spider.
Spider can be witness to our crimes.
Exactly. I mean,
those
this is a
spiders
world
will
that
die.
has speak with animals. We're not taking any fucking chances.
The spider will be spread our deeds to the winds.
Honestly,
Spiders
Swear to
weave
God.
webs. Webs of
Yeah.
lies.
it's true. True.
Yes.
Swear to the gods, boss. Like, must have been some kind of magic connected him to him being alive. I could not get this door open. It was like we've taken a genie.
Yeah, a genie, or a genius, or a half-wit.
I had neither of those at my hands. I'm sorry.
All right, all is forgiven. We got something for it at least. Let's get going before the whole place goes up.
On the way back, I
You
grabbed
gained knowledge
We gained knowledge, wisdom, and a single silver.
and a dead
the-
spider.
Yeah.
And a
Goal
dead
was the
official.
friends made along the way, which are currently rotting on the side.
Listen,
of
we
the
already
side.
have accomplished one of the cornerstones of any D&D game. We've killed the person who collects our taxes.
Yeah. And,
There we
and
go.
And the spider.
We started looting. That's a good start. Speaking of which, I'm taking that emperor statue.
Okay, you have a small bust of the emperor.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what's it made out of?
I don't care. It's a
Uh,
collector's
marble.
item.
Soapstone.
Soapstone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can probably whack people in the head with that a couple of times before it breaks.
Congratulations on your new slingstone. Or, actually, no, that'd just be toss it at somebody. Like a...
It's a collector's item.
Well, if you do use it as a slingstone, every shot's going to be a headshot.
Hey. Okay. Gee. Oh no. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
We've gained
Were you
one
set-
pun.
Were you settled on the docks as your destination?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay.
Keeping an eye for any banks or anything else potentially interesting along the way, of course.
Temples.
Well, not
Temples,
really a
random
meta
rich looking
question,
pedestrians.
but to get a better feel for where our like what's more important right now. Where are we money wise? Like, are we desperate? Are we really looking to loot in this city? Because I don't think we're gonna get paid. If
I've
we're
got
close
32
to
GP to my
starving.
name.
We're mercenaries. We're never rich enough. So,
Yeah, but there's like levels of desperate. I just want to know, like, as we get.
I don't
Well-
think we're quite at the point where we're fighting hobos for food, but at the same time, I like a buffer zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not quite to the point we're going to eat Hertzben.
Okay, so
but-
we're not super desperate.
Yeah.
No.
Dwarves are tough and stringy anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is where we're-
Wolf's gonna have a
Dwarves.
different
How are
opinion, I
half-orcs?
guess, yeah.
Just curious.
Half-orcs, probably
Spicy?
hot and sour.
Mm.
So we would
I'd
put the
work
dwarf
with
in a
that.
stew. We would put the orc on a. We'd
Half-orc.
give him a little bit of teriyaki sauce or something, and I don't know. When you go with long pork, you figure.
Well, personally, I recommend a sweet and sour sauce.
Mm.
I don't like this line of inquiry. What are
No,
we
no,
talking-
no. My character isn't saying that. I'm saying that.
Yes, we're just
Sorry, I'm just trying to find something, and it's not the finished manuscript yet, so
Mm.
yeah.
it'll be a little challenging to find things.
Yeah. Well, in any case, we can continue on our way to the harbor, being careful for any potential hazards along the way, such as more exploding aqueducts.
The location.
You can never have enough exploding aqueducts.
You know, I want to say you're wrong, but I can't think of a reason why you would be.
Which they put themselves out, which is good.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's a problem that solves itself.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. While we're walking, I keep the my Trent wood staff from picking too much of my beard because it tends to do that when it gets fritzy.
Yeah, it does like to still move, even though it's a very long time since the treant was killed.
Yeah. I mean, it owed me money.
So long as it doesn't start saying "I am Groot," you should be okay.
I doubt it's going to be doing that. We didn't leave it a mouth.
Okay, so heading south from the taverna and the records office, the tax office, you come out onto a wider street, and there aren't really any people around here at the moment. The reason is that there is one of the interior forts of the city here, a castellum.
Mm.
It's a big square building. Its lower foundations and lower walls are made out of large blocks of stone, and the remainder of the structure is built up from red brick. There is a single round tower sticking up out of it, and there do seem to be some few Imperial guards stationed around the wall. They've already spotted you, pointed out towards you.
Damn. Okay.
Well, they don't know shit.
Nope.
Quite
And it's not like we're carrying anything particularly valuable, as far as I can tell, that we took from somewhere else, because all we've got is a goddamn silver coin to our name.
Yes. But we are armed in armor, presumably. So I suggest we find cover.
Yeah, let's give this Costello a bit of a distance as we make our way around. Don't think we're necessarily able to take a fort as we are right now.
No, they do seem a little bit understaffed, but even so, it might be a job.
Mm.
Quick question: How does one get back HP? Like, not at all? Is it a time issue? Do you need health potions?
Resting, health potions if you can find one, magic from your cleric.
But not like basic stuff like food or some shit.
You need time as well to rest and heal, and things are pretty hectic at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There are enemies nearby. You cannot sleep.
Sadly, this is not the kind of world where a broken arm can be resolved through sandwiches.
Cheese
Truly-
wheels, my man.
truly
I'm
eat-
talking about cheese wheels.
If you let the bread go stale and use it to make a splint, maybe.
Not wrong there.
Yeah.
We'll arm ourselves with the remnants of a local bakery.
Yeah, the traditional dwarven vestment of, very, very dry bread.
A croissant is basically just a boomerang, so it might use
It's
as
called
a weapon.
it's what is it from 5e rock bread or something like that the dwarves have. It's very literal.
It's taken from Discworld, I think, where dwarf bread is used as a weapon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, dear. So I guess we're continuing on our way past the Castella, unless something else decides to drop on our heads.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can retreat back into the alleyways
Yes.
and make your way around, trying to avoid them. What's that number?
Very broody place that our thief probably enjoys.
Yes. Actually, I don't. Like, brooding doesn't come easy to me. But I take notes.
Yeah, he spends
It's a
time
job,
around chickens.
not a hobby. I'm sorry.
He spends times around chickens to really know how to brood properly.
Yeah, it's just the wrong brooding, so I don't learn shit.
Why do we keep on getting thrown out of towns? The thief keeps on going to the chicken coops.
Yeah. Well, it's for his art. We are entertainers after all.
Mm-hmm.
Chickens are
Shame.
vicious, though. So.
Mm.
Not as bad as pigs, though. Not as bad as pigs.
They got that
I like
Velociraptor energy to them.
Yeah. Like the pigs I've met were very calm compared to chickens.
Okay, so you twist and turn through the alleyways, running into more refugees, clearing out their homes and making their way away as quickly as possible. But no one seems to have a particularly unified idea of which way to go. You at least do, though it's a little bit hard to make your way through these alleys because you lose points of reference.
Mhm.
So, who is acting as pathfinder for the group?
Anybody have mapping or whatever the?
I think someone has hunter as a secondary skill. I think.
Yeah, so does that say whatever
I have
skill is?
huntsman.
Almeric sounds like the likely. Yeah, he's got secondary skill.
I'm
Huntsman.
probably the guy for this kind
Alright.
of job.
You can figure it out.
Yeah.
Plus, you've probably spent a lot of time creeping around alleys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you manage to keep people on track and keep heading towards the docks. You ascend some steps and come out into another more open area. This is the part of the city called the Lake of the Goddesses. It's a masterpiece created during the Grand Empire's beginnings and the only undefaced sculptural representation of its former patron goddesses. It's made of travertine stone and marble. It's a massive circular basin covering an entire hectare, about 6 foot deep, with 3 tiers to it. So it's like a pouring low-level fountain that keeps water churning constantly. There's depictions of the goddess of victory in gleaming marble, the goddess of wisdom and intellect, the goddess of war and athleticism, and they're all quite beauteous. The very height of ancient imperial carving, but too big to make it away with, unfortunately.
They are nailed down. Unfortunate.
And look at us without a crowbar.
Are they approachable, or are they on plinths?
They're on plinths and out in the water, so you'd have to swim over to get to them.
Mm.
I was gonna say, probably their nose goes for a decent price, but I'm not swimming there to get to the fucking plinth. No.
Come on! We auction off today the toe of the goddess.
Oh, you bet if I could, but it's just with the water and everything. No.
Yeah. At the very least, seems like a good point to maybe get a drink, refresh ourselves before we go back to loot the clothes off a dead person's body somewhere along the line.
Just a little picnic at the edge of this function.
If we do find a big fat man, a noble that just has blinged out to the nines, we're taking his clothes. We are. Don't you lie.
His clothes, his jewels, his dignity, his hair.
He's already dead. He doesn't need it.
Scorpion,
Probably
can you roll a
doesn't
d6, please?
Yes. Where's my d6? I'll use my Gen Con d6. 3.
Okay, never mind.
Perfect.
Oh no!
It's fine. It's a dwarf. He has good saves and stuff like that. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Whatever it is.
that's what dwarves are for.
Yes. We're made to get hit with things. That and also, hilariously, trigger traps that can't actually hit us because they were aiming for a regular person's height. You never had that happen, Zero. Each dwarf goes forward, trap happens. It goes for the head, but the head is 2 feet shorter.
It turns out all dwarves are the penitent man.
And if it's like a floor trap, they are sometimes too fat. They just get
I
Wide.
haven't had.
They're wide.
I haven't had that one yet.
wide. Sturdy. They're too sturdy. I'm sorry.
Yes.
We used to just tie the halfling to the end of the 10-foot pole and press him on all the things to check the traps.
Everyone does.
Was it because he's the halfling, or because
he's the halfling, and that's all they're good for.
In a
this
previous
is
game,
true.
we had
Okay.
cannery goblins. Like canaries for the miners, but you just send a goblin out, see if he comes back.
The other thing we did was we fed the halfling tons of hallucinating mushrooms and then fed him to the dragon.
I'm imagining that the canary goblin's just like in a cage that's way too small for them, so there's just green skin poking out the sides of like a too small cage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just like a
I'm
little
reminded
cube
of
of a
that book,
goblin just punked him.
I'm reminded of that book, Creature of Chaos, that Finding Fantasy one, where you're a monster and you spend all the time you're going through there. You're eating halflings. Turns out he really likes halfling. In the French version, it was halfling pâtés that you were picking out of their clothes because really you weren't eating people. That was funny. It took me a while because I only read the French version first, so never knew about that.
All right. So the white noise from the fountain drowns out the sounds of death and destruction from the rest of the city. So it's a nice, peaceful little place. At least
We
for
should
the time
do this
being.
more often.
We should visit this place again. Oh no.
So I think someone said about getting a drink and resting
Yes.
for a moment.
Yeah. It's the little
Yeah.
things in life, you know?
Exactly.
It's not like you're in a hurry or anything.
Right.
No.
We're in a
Sometimes-
relative hurry.
We're
Yeah.
in a relative hurry. We're in a hurry against the indeterminate time clock, which means we have all and none of the time.
Exactly.
Taking
Well,
a minute to, like have the rest of the lunch and watch destruction as it envelops the city. Is there how are things going? Can we make out like an invading army? Is there anything that marks out parties to this thing that is happening? Like, why is stuff burning? People like this guards are apparently doing something. Or did just someone not is this just an OSHA violation? Like something caused this fire.
I've had to read way too many OSHA regulations, and I've had to read those for work, like put together SDS sheets. Still, okay, that's funny. Thank you. Thank you for that mental image of just an OSHA violation somewhere in the city, and that's what's causing the end of the world. It's just no.
We don't know. Like this is a magical. Like maybe they didn't.
Somebody
contain
drove
an
the
artifact.
forklift without the seatbelt on.
Yeah. You ever watched Forklift Driver Klaus? That's a
Ah,
part of German.
Stappenfahrer Klaus.
Yeah, that's a part of German heritage from there. But yeah, Almeric is gonna have while we're resting, Almeric is gonna have a look like what's going on a wider scale if he can. Like I'm not quite sure if the vantage point we have is giving anything away, but
Yeah.
wants
Do we
to
have any
know-
buildings we can get to the roof of or anything like that?
yeah.
You could swim out to one of these statues and climb up it, I suppose. That would give you a bit of a vantage point.
I'm not big on bathing. I like the way I smell usually.
Is that
Well,
behind the shadows?
Traumatic childhood.
Yeah, that'll do it. Let's see, what does this thing work? Well, one thing I could do, magic user spells, that floating disc thing. Let's see. Is there any way of getting it up high? No, it is not. It just follows me around at waist level. Okay, never mind that. So yeah, if we want to get to any kind of altitude, we're gonna have to do it some other way.
Where are we right now, altitude-wise, within the city?
You came up a few steps, but from here on, the rest of the way south, it should slope down to the where the docks are.
So,
waterfront.
can we not see shit from where we are?
Probably a lot of buildings on either side and stuff.
Yeah.
Medieval city, there's bound to be shit, but
Yeah, but are we surrounded by buildings and walls, or is there anything Almeric can make out from where we are? Because it's a
Roll-
city. Sometimes you have like a little balcony where you can see stuff. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah. So it's from ground level, you can't see it a huge amount except for the taller buildings, but smoke's cutting off your view. Let me just check something for you.
Sure.
You can make out a cylindrical 9-story tower to the west, which towers over pretty much anything else remotely near it.
Is it burning?
It is not yet burning.
Okay. Might be a
You
good
don't
idea
know.
to head up there to get a little bit of lay of the land before we head further to the wharf. Make
Yeah.
sure that our path isn't blocked before we
Yeah.
can get
Also,
there.
it's nice to know that there's a harbor to go to.
Yes.
There might not be.
I love how we've already transitioned to everything's on fire by default.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
This is true, but at the same time.
I mean, it does save time.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah. If it were another scenario, if the roles were reversed, we would default to setting things on fire. So, as a mercenary group, we know that things might be on fire by default.
Man does make a good point.
Yes.
Firefly.
Sorry about these slowdowns, but it's just I have to search through the document to find things.
Oh yeah,
No problem.
Unedited manuscripts and stuff like this for this stuff is always a mess of where is anything.
Yeah.
Mm. As I say,
Always-
playtest is playtest.
Yeah. It's a good thing that I think it's going pretty good though. I mean, when you can make a laugh about the situation, it's pretty good. Just buying the concept. Thus far, have a
Yeah.
little laugh, kill some taxmen, try and loot
For
some.
which no jury will ever convict us.
Yes.
Into the city, have a few laps. Okay, so you start heading out towards this tower. It being such an obvious focal point, it's easy to make your way there, even through the smaller alleys. And since you're able to cut through those, you're able to avoid, most of the problems. A couple of buildings you pass are smashed, but not on fire.
Smashed.
Yeah, and there are
How-
a few bodies in the street who look unsettlingly like other mercenaries.
When you
know
say
what
smashed,
smashes?
how are we talking here? Like collapsed, or did something actually punch them?
Like fallen down in one particular direction and dashed to pieces.
Huh.
And these are only like, I'm guessing 2nd or 3-story buildings, maybe 4.
The insulae, which is like the multiple occupancy buildings, they're 2 to 3 stories tall. There are also single level larger houses, which are more like I don't know what you'd call them really, but they're posher.
Like little villas,
Villas, yeah.
Little villas,
Yeah.
really.
compounds, or
Yeah,
just connected buildings.
And now
Yeah.
piles of rubble.
some
Yeah.
of them are. Yeah, and
Yeah, just the
there are
thought.
bodies here in the
Hmm.
street.
And they've been smashed by the same thing that smashed the buildings.
Yeah,
Presumably.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
Question whether it's here still.
Yeah.
it's not far to the tower now. Sort of moving past a merchant's compound that's been fortified. Looks like it was fortified before everything went off, because it looks like proper fortifications, not just stuff thrown up willy-nilly.
It's not
That
a table
seems to
flipped
be undamaged. No, it's not just a table flipped up and nailed to the wall.
Mm.
Once you pass that, you'll have a clear run to the tower.
Is there any sign of what caused this? Like on the horizon, something, I don't know,
I'm
or
gonna-
like someone still doing magic stuff, floating rocks. Is there anything like I said? Is there anything of
Is
an
there-
invading? Is there
Incoming
like
catapult
rocks
fire or
coming
anything
in,
like that?
siege fire,
Yeah.
something?
I was going
There's
to
the
ask.
tower.
'cause-
There's the tower wreathed in smoke.
Okay,
Like the
so
smoke is hiding whatever's causing the whole ruckus.
all right. How about this merchant, fortified merchant area? Is there signs of anybody around? Guards poking their heads out or anything like that?
Someone has painted in whitewash, trespassers will be killed across the gate.
Yeah, that's seems about legit.
We're not trespassers. We're an official imperial business. We're employed. We're employees.
This is true. We do have a contract.
We do
And
have
there's
a
nobody
contract.
around anymore to check the records.
We can
They made sure
always
of that.
offer our services pointing to our contract. We're not trespassers. I say as I rummage with the pointy end of my sword within the remnants of one of the mercenaries.
Yeah, do they have anything shiny on them?
Probably as poor as us, to be honest. They're mercenaries.
Handful of coins, a sword, their armor, which is only quite bloody.
And probably kind of cracked and blasted.
Yeah.
Goes into the back of the wagon.
Yeah. Thetis, you like, you belong to the god of luck. Like, what's this kind of like? Read my mercenary corpse. What does it say about our luck?
I've heard
Well-
reading the entrails. I haven't heard reading corpses.
I mean,
Oh, I thought
most
it was just
entrails
same
come from
story.
corpses.
Yeah.
Well, luck tends to balance out. So for everyone that's unlucky, someone else has to be lucky. So if this guy's been unlucky, then hopefully that means your chances of being lucky are increased.
Yes.
I would say that
They-
settles
they
it.
were
Let's
the-
Sound
go
logic.
to the tower.
Yeah.
Yes. They were the proper sacrifice.
There
Let
you
me
go.
live in peace for the time being.
Exactly. All the bad stuff happened to them already, which left all the good stuff for us.
Yeah.
All right. There is quite a broad space around the tower, and at the bottom of it is a small fort that protects the base of the tower. All around it, in this grand square, there are more mercenary corpses,
Oh gosh.
shattered wagons, dead horses. It's a mess.
Oh god. And what kind of signs of death on these guys? Are they the same kind of things as the other ones, or do they die by the sword cleanly?
or like crossbow bolts?
Some seem to have been crushed or smashed. Some seem to have been turned into hamburger.
Mm.
Fun
Ross,
times.
Should we announce ourselves to potential guards, or you want to go sneaky?
Let's just walk in like we own the place, and hopefully at some point we
Yes.
will.
We
It's not
belong.
like there's anybody to stop us. They're all hamburger now.
And we're the
Maybe.
helper.
Yeah, we belong here. This is natural, I guess.
So you're moving forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you huddle forward and start to move on towards the tower, going around the corpses. There's so much death in this square that the gutters are filled with congealing blood. There is a deafeningly loud bang and a puff of smoke from one of the windows in the tower, and then a whistling, hurtling noise, and an already dead horse explodes, showering you all with tiny gobbets of meat.
Oh, so it's a cannon.
Oh.
What do you want to do?
I think we should probably rush the tower before we get gibbed. How about that?
Yeah, let's find cover.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to get under its firing?
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
turned into glue.
I mean, screw
I think that's
glue would be
glue.
enough. This looks like you'd get turned into, like, chunky salsa.
I don't think that horse turned to glue. I think that horse turned
Well,
to
it's
opposite glue.
sticky
So
on
it's-
my armor.
I think it's the opposite of glue when it goes apart rather than come together. It's
Yeah.
not holding anything apart anymore.
Yeah, it turned into a puzzle.
Can you all make a save versus breath weapons, please?
Oh, dear.
Aha.
Save. Come
Save
again.
versus breath weapon.
Save. So that's
Putting-
just saves breath, right?
Yeah, and you
Okay.
can roll over it.
And for our underlings as well.
Yes.
I rolled a 1.
Roll over it. Ooh, that's gonna be difficult.
I rolled a 1.
What about
Okay.
equal? I rolled equal.
That has to be over.
Nice. No, not nice. It has to be over. Fuck. And
And as
my
for the others,
doggy.
say,
Oh, dear.
weapon.
Nope.
Okay, one pass. Fail. Fail. Fail.
That's fucking brief, dog.
Fail.
Wow. Apparently, there wasn't enough sacrifice because only Jeff from my followers passed. Everybody else failed.
Okay. So who was the follower who was already dead?
Who was that? That was one of the 1 HP people from Zero's.
Yeah, David has died.
David has died. Okay.
Yeah, which means Mikhail is the one who is the one who rolled a success. All the other ones failed, and I'm the one who just rolled a 1 on my saving throw.
I rolled under as well.
Well, I rolled equal on both, and that's not enough. So
And
Imagine
I also
my
ate. I'm also eating a little bit of poop. I also failed.
I'm starting to think that your silver charms and everything else like that should have been gold because it's not working right now.
So Olmert got hit, yes?
yes, and Nyx as well.
Damn it! I just dropped my dice.
Okay. Almeric takes 1 hit point of damage,
Okay, he's down 2 now.
and Nyx was hit.
Yes.
Okay, he takes 4 hit points of damage.
Ouch. Poor Nyx. I think Nyx is a she though. It's my little doggy.
Tavernus take.
What's Nyx has HP 11/7. What's that about?
Yeah, that means I've just kept track of the damage for you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Alright, Tavernus takes 4 hit points of damage. Did any of your followers succeed?
Let's see. For me, it was just the first one, Mikhail.
Yeah.
Everybody else screwed up.
Okay. So I already did those actually. Well, did Thetis save?
Thetis failed.
Failed. You take.
But as leader, I failed the worst for all of us.
You take 3 hit points of damage. And did
Ow.
any of your followers save?
Only Georgia succeeded. The other, Johannes and Paulus both failed, and Rico's already dead.
And I'm down to 2.
Is there anything I can do to mitigate that? Being the bodyguard and whatnot?
Look like jump in front of me.
Yeah.
I
I guess.
Warhammer.
You can elect to transfer one of the hit points of damage to you, I suppose. I'll be nice.
I'll do
did
that.
Hertz succeed?
So yeah, Tiberius
Scorpion.
takes 1 less, I take 1 more.
Okay, I'm down to
did Hertz
3 HP
succeed?
then. Instead. Thank you
And
very
you're
much.
welcome.
Scorpion, did Hertz succeed on his save?
No, the only one that
No.
saved was Jeff or Jeff or
Yeah. Okay, you take
It's
3 hit
pronounced
points.
Jiff.
yep. Yes.
Oh dear. Well, this is going well.
There you are. I was wondering where you been.
I don't know something. You can take your cat, but please leave.
I will mute him to spare his blushes. Okay. Some of your followers have been killed. So several cannon shots go off
Oh
as you
god.
approach. One of them hits one of the followers full on with a cannonball and blows him into meaty chunks.
Oh.
And then as you get closer, a larger cannon on the lower level fires a load of grape shot into your party, which peppers you all with hot balls of lead. Then what's left of you slams up against the wall of the fortress.
Oh man. Okay, I'm pissed. All right,
And on 2 hit points.
Yeah, it wasn't very
Three.
three. I
Three.
took one of those.
he
It
took
wasn't
one of
very
mine.
cash money of them.
Admittedly, I
Well-
probably should have cast shield. I would have got an AC 17 versus missiles, and well, would these have counted as missiles? I don't think.
The
Should
great
have
shot.
cast
wouldn't.
hindsight.
Mm.
Yes. Anyhow, the dwarf
Yeah.
is at the door, ready to use that secondary skill woodcutter.
Is that a saying? The dwarf is at the door.
The dwarf's at the door.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Like
the
shit's
dwarf's at
about
the
to
door.
go down. Like dwarf's at the door.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm planning on making whoever just did that to us pay for it.
The dwarf is at the door. He heard you committed a grudge.
Your ears are ringing from the multiple explosions, so you can't really hear much and have to shout to make each other heard. But you are
What?
all pressed up against the wall. So
Is there like, is there an actual door? Like, is it like a gate? Is it fortified?
there is a gateway. It's thick wood with metal studs in it.
Can we see the entries of the like where the cannons were shooting out of, like little window thingies?
Yeah, the cannons were shooting out of wide slits in the tower. So there are cannons
Far
pointing in all
above us,
directions.
or-
It would yeah, from above you.
Ah, shit.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
think wonder why mercenaries don't stay loyal.
Yeah.
Anyhow, who would like to have the honor of opening the door with what I presume is a lot of anger management issues and an axe?
Well, I don't have an axe, but I'm going to be casting, I think, shield on myself.
Yeah, well, make any preparations that you feel are necessary.
Yes.
Keep. Let's see. I'm going to keep mirror image in reserve.
Since I'm guarding Tibernus, who probably is not the melee guy, I guess, I'm gonna grab my bow.
Okay.
Got my bow at the ready, Nick's at my side.
To find the right stats.
Yeah. Mikhail Leonidas and Rico Hardis, my 3 remaining light footmen, will be giving me some backup on this too.
Or to die instead of you. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have magic missile ready to go if ever they need some, fire support. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How many crossbowmen do you have, North?
I still have 3 remaining.
All right. Well, get them ready to fire as soon as we open that door.
Oh yeah, they have special shield. They should have special shields like
Pavises?
yeah, the ones with like the crossbow rest in them.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm also ready to fire when the door opens.
Okay. So Tibernus utters his incantations and throws a shimmering shield around himself, which should protect him against ranged attacks. The dwarves move up to the gate and look to Hertzeben for the signal. Almeric draws his bow, knocks an arrow. What does Thetis do?
That's a really good question. So I'm looking at my 2 spells. That's really tempting to be D6 health, but how badly do we need that? Actually, I have a mechanical question now.
Yes.
So let's say someone goes down, right? Their HP drops. What happens then?
Good question. This is OSE, which I haven't played much, if at all. Let's see, death and dying. Damage, healing, and death, page 206.
Character and monster reduced to 0 hit point or less is killed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're shit out of luck when you hit 0 hit points.
Okay, got it. So there's no dying state. You are just gone, dead.
You were just gone, yeah.
Yeah, your dying state is being less than full hit points.
Okay, I understand
So
a little
that's
bit
just
better
a
now.
Tuesday for you.
All right.
I am a magic user. That is I mean, well, I know the song was wrong. I wasn't the first to die. You had followers for that.
Mhm.
God, I haven't heard that song in so many years.
Yep. Okay, which then leads me to. Oh right, I'm not at 5 HP. I'm at 4 because I did take damage from the portcullis earlier. I think. Make sure I.
Yeah, I think you took a hit point scrambling out.
Yeah. So what's everybody at? I just want to kind of get a quick ballpark on that.
I'm relatively badly bruised. I am bloodied, as they would say in certain crowds. 3 out of 6 HP.
Yeah, our boss is not looking fine. I'm at 10 out of 13.
Yeah,
13 out
hence
of
the
16,
shimmering
so,
force field.
13 out of 16,
Alright.
so I'm ready to throw down.
We're gonna go ahead and throw a heal on the boss before we get too much deeper in, since death is just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Don't need the boss dying on us.
Yeah.
Definitely
Don't
not.
want to lose
I
our
would not approve of
intelligence.
that. Exactly.
Unfortunate. I
Well,
rolled a
it's like,
2
look what
for
the
health.
boss has
For the
gotten
health
us.
restored. Wait, is it
Well,
D6
you know,
or
I'm
D8?
back up to 5 then.
Is it a D6 or a D8? I fucked up. It is
I think
Should
it's
be written on
D6,
your-
isn't it?
yes, D6 plus 1. Oh, so it's 3 health. Aha.
Aha! Be healed.
Mhm. Well, that's enough of that. It's not exciting. I don't got it. I can do that one more time. Hope you.
Heal me, baby, one more time.
Oh dear.
Okay. So this might be a massively armored gate, but you have dwarves who are cunning with this sort of thing. So between you, that gives the dwarves in the front row a chance to find a way to get the gate open. So can you make an open door roll, please, as herdsman? So that's a D6.
Yep. 2.
I believe that's a success.
Mhm.
Quite strong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you nod to the other dwarves, and they muscle up to the gate and lift it off its hinges on the sides, and the gates fall down inwards. Terrible
There we
design
go.
flaw, but people didn't count on the dwarves. There are
never
a
does.
few scurrying legionaries inside, but you
Wow.
have caught them by surprise.
Crossbowmen, light 'em up.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Guess I'm
Okay,
rolling
so-
with a crossbowman.
Well, your followers, roll for them. Okay, the armor class of the Imperial infantrymen who are inside is 12, so that's what you need to hit them. So go for it
Alright.
if you're making attacks on them.
12, you said?
Yep.
I'm not hitting. I roll not too well.
Alright. The dwarves were helping with the door, so they can't go this round, I don't think. Correct?
No, probably not until next turn.
Yeah, probably not yet.
You can go though.
Yeah, in that case, yeah, I'll shoot crossbow. Let's see. 11. Fortunate. Right, it's under.
No, it's over for attacks.
Oh,
It's ascending
yeah,
armor
this-
class. Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
this
the ability rolls. It's under.
Yeah, too many systems in my head.
I have the same problem all the time. And editions of the same system, that's
Oof.
what gets me.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm helping a friend with his own game, and so many revisions. It just gets all messy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like, am I
like-
thinking of this version, or am I thinking 10 versions ago, or am I thinking of first edition, or am I thinking that other game system I played once with my friend last weekend?
Did anyone manage to hit?
I don't think so. I think the Legionnaires are favored by the gods that they don't even worship anymore.
And is Tabernus using his offensive spell or not?
You know, at this point, if nothing else is working, yeah, magic missile the hell out of them.
Okay.
Indeed.
So, automatic hit on one of them. Roll damage.
Roll damage. So let's see. It is D6 plus 1. 5 plus 1, 6.
Okay. A bunch of crossbow bolts and arrows fly off and miraculously miss all of them. You're like, nah, fuck this.
Make someone's head explode.
And a bolt of light passes from your fingertips, snakes through the air, and hits into one of them full in the face.
He no longer has one.
Yes.
How's
His helmet goes ding outwards slightly. And then,
how's other stuff working within like the combat? Like can Armoric, I don't know, like shout something, do like a skill check
Yeah.
sort of?
Yeah, I was
Just
about
go,
to.
This was just a warning shot.
Indeed. Drop your weapons or you get the next bolt.
Yeah. We're with the Emperor. Drop your weapons now. Stop this stupidity. No one has to die. Next one's gonna be serious.
add 1 to your charisma and roll equal
Which is-
to or under it.
Shit.
You should have let me do the talking, man. You should have let me do the talking.
I'm a man of action, not of deciding who's best at stuff. Okay, add 1 and then roll under it, right? No.
Yeah.
Equal to or under your charisma.
Yeah. Okay. Yup. 1. 1.
Okay.
1 is good in this case.
1 versus 10. Perfect.
Okay, they shout, "We're with the Emperor."
No, we're with the Emperor.
Oh, we're with the Emperor. You're mercenaries.
Who
Yeah.
worked for the Emperor?
Underemploy. If anything, we're motivated by money given by your Emperor. We're more loyal than you.
The lady in the room will stand between the boys measuring their dicks. Calm down, calm down. You're both pretty. You can both work for the
Hey,
Emperor. It's possible.
I'm pretty.
Said I wasn't
That one
pretty. He's
hurt.
gonna die now.
I work for the Emperor, and so do all my friends.
Yeah.
I love the
Fun
Emperor.
spot.
My
so do
emperor
all
is
my
better
friends.
than your
There.
emperor. My emperor is better than your emperor. Oh,
Actually,
the mom's fat.
like- I have collector's edition bust of the Emperor to prove my claim.
Negotiations
That's
failed. Apply the emperor to their
Why do I
face.
pay this man? He can't even use a key.
So, Burnus, where's our contract?
The
But
door at the
for
base
real
of the
now,
tower.
what happens now?
Yeah, the door at the base of the tower opens after one of them goes up and shouts something through it, and a man who you take to be an officer because he's wearing a cloak and carrying a rod of office comes out, ties a bit of white cloth onto it and holds it up as a flag of truce and comes about halfway
Yeah.
towards you all.
I keep one hand kind of like crooked enigmatically to make it look like I might just be about to blast something.
Or about to rock out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have full Stephen Strange.
I do my best edgy rogue impression.
You just don't have the charisma to pull it off most of the time.
He's like,
No, I don't.
I live on the edge, just round the lid.
Yeah. It's like...
Send someone forward to treat with me.
There. Greetings, Tebris Quadrants, leader of this band of... Well, this band. We are under contract with the Emperor, and we would like to know the reason why you shot at us under the employ of our duties. We were inspecting the corpses of the fellow sellswords when we were attacked. Explain yourself.
Because, peasant, you mercenaries are in open revolt against the crown. You
Well,
have
what?
driven the Emperor from the capital. You have set fire to the factories and stores. You have damaged the aqueduct.
We did? Oh.
Yes,
we didn't.
Yes, you did.
Well, no, we didn't. Look,
It's not in our
would you believe that we
contract.
had no idea about this?
No, I would not. Clearly, it's coordinated. Fire was set simultaneously around the city.
You do realize we don't all work together, right?
If only you had loyalty to something other than coin.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure if your men were getting paid, they'd have some issues, but let's leave that at that. Okay, so currently There is a massive mercenary revolt happening out there in the city. The Emperor is in flight. The city's burning, screaming, horror everywhere. Is that basically the general situation at the moment?
That would be a sound assessment of the situation.
Okay. Quickest way to the harbor. Do you mind if we take a look at get to the top of the tower to take a look at the lay of the land?
One of you, unarmed.
Okay. Let's see. I don't have any weapons other than this stick, so I'm just going to head up, I guess.
Do you think I've never seen a mage before? Leave your staff. Besides, I can see it moving.
Again, point. I just hand staff over to Almeric, just like,
Yep.
don't lose that.
I immediately start playing with it and make swoosh sounds. Then I notice that situation I'm in, I stop and try and look stern and get shit moody.
Right.
Oh,
It will
dear.
take a while to be taken in and led up to the top of the tower. What are the rest of you doing outside, other than being in a tense standoff with the legionaries?
Anyone want to throw dice? It's as much a prayer as a pastime.
Guys,
What?
I have a mage staff. Like, best day ever. I mean,
That
look,
means you
look,
can cast
this
magic.
is
That's how it
genuine.
works, isn't it?
I'm a mage
One
now.
of the legionaries goes, "Oh yeah, I like to play dice," and steps forward, and then the other legionaries are like, "No."
Should have cast Charm Person before I left.
Did.
Oh, wait, I don't have it memorized, do I?
No.
Damn.
Very fortunate.
All right. So, yeah, you're led into the tower. There's two heavy gates, one on the outside, one on the inside, with lots of murder holes for hot oil and things to be poured through. Then inside that is the tower itself. There are steps down, steps up. They are wide enough for two people to stand side by side. He leads you up, standing on the right of the steps, and there are constantly runners going up and down the stairs, bringing powder and shot, cannonballs up to the gunners, which you pass on several levels. There are other levels that appear to be barracks. There's quite a few legionaries in here, and you take it there's some kind of elite unit or something because they haven't just run away or anything.
We
the
probably picked
occasional-
the wrong place to try and bust our way into.
Looking that way, the leading pile of corpses, or the cannon fire, or
Yes.
yes. The answer is yes.
There's the occasional loud bangs, another cannon is touched off, but you're
Oh,
taken all the way up to the top.
All right. Okay, so from here, I don't suppose anybody's got a spyglass or something like that.
They do, in fact. He will let you use it.
Thank you. All right, so let's take a look first of all at what they're shooting at. I would be kind of curious to see that.
Anyone who comes within visual range of the tower, it would appear.
Okay, including civilians?
Yes, because
Oh,
they're
boy.
looting.
Point.
So from up here, you can see over a large amount of the city, and there are fires and crowds and pitched battles between rival groups of mercenaries and legionaries trying to restore order, but there's too few of them, which is the whole reason a bunch of mercenaries were hired in the first place. So running directly south from here, there is what looks like an embassy compound directly to the south.
Mm-hmm.
And then a whole bunch of residential areas, which shouldn't be too dangerous. You can barely make out the docks beyond that. You can just about make out the shape of the piers jutting out into the sea.
Nothing
But-
appears to be burning.
There's a few fires close to the piers, which is why it's so hazy out there, but it's not like the entire waterfront is ablaze. So it still seems like your best shot.
Yeah. All right. I'm assuming the officer I was talking to is still there. Ask him, do you know if there are any of mercenary groups that didn't get into rebellion other than us?
Take the risk. Don't know.
All right. Well, knowing them probably means that they weren't paid for this particular month. Lord knows I've seen this happen before. Okay. I don't suppose you'll be. I suppose you guys will be staying in the tower here until you can get some extra support.
Last orders we had were to hold the tower.
Makes sense given the amount of firepower in here. The last thing you'd want is somebody to get their hands on it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, best thing we can do is get ourselves to the harbor. As from here, it looks like a clear shot. If there's anything else we can do while we're here, call it repaying you for the hospitality.
I think we traded deaths, so
Point.
I'm willing to call it even if you are.
That's fair enough. All right. Well, let's head back down. There's not much more we can do from up here.
Right. He leads you back down the stairs and out and allows you to rejoin the rest of your group.
All right. I take my stick back.
Aww.
You'll get your own next time we kill a Trent.
That's a promise right there.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, we start making our way out of the tower. I give a quick salute to the officer as we leave and move on our way. Hopefully without getting blown up.
You back.
Yeah, well, you know, I wasn't expecting him to. That just shows what I know for being polite.
Yeah. I gotta say though, boss, I really liked how you made that one guy's head go ploosh.
Yeah. It's one of the benefits of my line of work.
Okay. So I normally offer a break about halfway through. I don't know how long we're going to be playing for, but it has been 2 hours. Does anyone need a buy a break or to get a snack or?
Yeah.
Well, I could use a coffee.
Okay, so let's take 10 minutes and then come back. Is everyone okay to play on at the moment?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair warning, I have about an hour and a half before I need to leave.
Okay.
All right,
I'll
that
try
sounds
and,
about reasonable.
I'll try and fit it within that time.
All right.
Cool.
I'll remove everyone for the moment and mute you, and I'll see you all in about 10 minutes.
All right.
10 minutes it is.
You'll need to unmute.
Yes.
It is done.
Huzzah.
Haha.
All right.
I was like, unmute. I didn't mute myself. I get it now.
All right. Okay. So yeah, departing from the tower and making sure that you're out of any possible cannon shot. It's the plan just to continue to head east, towards the docks as fast as possible.
Yeah, while keeping an eye out for incoming grape shot from anybody else who might decide to take us for target practice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the crowds are starting to thin out a bit more now, but there are looters still scurrying around and the occasional laggard of a refugee.
Mm-hmm.
Ash has been falling from the sky for some time now, like black snow. But the temperature's noticeably dropping, and the ash is being joined by a small amount of actual snow, though it's not sticking. Which is weird, because it's not the time of year for it.
I hate this
Okay.
weather. Gives me a
I'm
headache.
sensing some kind of weird magic at this point. Unnatural weather is generally a sign someone's fucking up with supernatural shit.
And we haven't had this before while we've been here, correct? Just
Yeah.
So I don't think it's not normal, is it? Dwarves are used to it, but they're dwarves. Yeah, check for magic bullshit. There's something magical, stupid going on.
I mean, if they're throwing lightning bolts at aqueducts, who knows what they're doing with the stratosphere?
Yes. Should be interesting.
So,
If there is a power in that OSC, I don't know. I don't know how magic is handled in OSC, like,
It's basically BX with a different color paint.
yeah, but I never played BX either, so it's like, oh, okay.
It's like Axe, but not as good.
Okay. Alright,
I'm biased.
yes, we are biased. Yeah. Also, question. The dwarf,
yes.
I presume Tabernus, our glorious leader, has informed the rest of us what was ahead.
Yes, during the 10-minute interval that it took us to get to our current position.
Yes. Do we want to stop at that embassy and perhaps see? That's gotta be better than a tax building, right?
They don't have cannons, I hope.
Or mechs. Because I don't know what the hell Ivan's got planned for this adventure, so, there might be mechs. I don't know. There was a guy with a mechanical alchemical chainsaw in the last adventure he wrote, so I have no idea what the hell we're in for.
Oh,
This is true.
was that the scriptorium thingy?
Yeah, I did the review of
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, that one
Yeah.
has like little
I-
phantasm references. So
I drew the guy with the chainsaw on the cover.
very well done,
Yes.
sir.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Yeah, it's a good module.
I remember the alchemical chainsaw. That's a lot of fun.
It's hard to forget, especially if you're on the receiving end of it.
I can imagine,
I don't
yes.
think Ripper Chainsaw Massacre is ever an event that's easy to forget.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
they
know
don't call
this
them
because
the.
I know this because my players have been committing that on the kobolds inside my dungeon. One of them decided, you know what, we're just gonna start putting heads on pikes. I'm gonna take that one's face for my shield. We're gonna send spore zombie. We're gonna raise some of them and send them in deeper into the dungeon.
What
to mess with
alignment
them.
are your players? Not their characters, your players.
I'm gonna go with just chaotic. Not even chaos, chaotic evil, just chaos, chaotic.
I feel much better about our party now. We're very morally.
We're still not
Yeah.
wearing the skins of our enemies.
No.
We've only
put it
killed,
on a
like,
shield, dude.
Two
I don't know.
people.
Yeah. I'm wearing a bit of horse skin, but that's hardly my fault.
Horse skin?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole fucking horse exploded on us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the embassy has some. Maybe the embassy has an attached bathhouse we could use to get the horse flesh smell off of us.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazing what you forget about after you've been shot at with cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still not a big advocate on bathing, but even I start to notice my smell at this point.
and
Actually, my
considering you're a
smell is
rogue,
gonna
other
turn
people
into
are
a
gonna
combat
notice too,
spell at
so.
some point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So we're walking towards.
We're probably gonna pass by the embassy, but frankly, I think maybe you should go ahead as recon. Chances are
Yeah.
that way they won't immediately notice we're approaching and possibly shoot us.
Yeah. Do I roll
Possible.
something for recon?
Yes. I think it's move silently. It's a percentage skill, I believe.
I have 30% move silently.
Yes. So roll 30 or under on a D100.
Incidentally, are my
D10,
Canadian
right?
chips causing too much noise, or
Is
it's okay.
there right? Like mathematically, it doesn't matter.
well, math matters in general.
Sorry, did you succeed or fail?
Didn't roll yet. I have to go under. I failed.
Okay. Well, you do scout ahead.
I do.
Yeah, you're just
You're
not quiet
moving ahead
about
of
it.
the others. Just not
No.
necessarily quiet or particularly sneaky about it.
I'm talking to
Um,
myself the whole time.
Yeah. The footing gets a bit difficult. This ice and snow, it's settling a little, and even the melted slush is making the cobblestones hard to keep your balance on. So yeah, you're unable to be as stealthy as you would prefer.
Also, I can't see shit. I don't know if I'm running into anyone.
The villa that you believe to be the embassy is surrounded by this ice and snow. The lower levels have big spikes of ice growing up out of them in all directions. It looks like someone has used magic to fortify the embassy. Beyond the ice, the embassy itself looks like any other upmarket villa, except it's been painted black. Its windows have been narrowed by additional brickwork into tiny slits, which have smoked glass set into them.
Okay. So it's been fortified by a fucking ice wizard, but otherwise it looks like a regular villa.
Apart from being painted black, having its windows partially bricked up, and the smoked glass in the small amount of windows that remain.
Yeah.
The
I'm gonna move
cogs are
back the
turning.
rest.
The cogs
Like,
are
that's-
turning in the head for the dwarf. It wouldn't happen to be an embassy of vampires in the city.
Not that you know of, and you haven't caught up yet, because Almeric was scouting ahead.
Yeah, I'm moving back to the group and telling them about this edgy fucking wizard villa that Almeric does not want to set foot in after what just happened. Even if they
love-
do have a tree and staff, I'm not risking this.
I'm just imagining in this because ancient cities are usually like the whitewash, everything's like marbled up and everything else like that. And then there's just like the most edgiest villa possible where they just have ice and black on it, like they're teen at Hot Topic.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like-
they're hosting a Bal Shagoth reunion concert over there.
Yeah.
It's Greek fucking Adams family is what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No,
I was
no,
like, are
it's
we going
Adam's
to visit
family
them?
on ice.
Yeah,
No.
sounds like a musical, but it's actually
Oh,
fucking
no.
deadly is what's happening.
Oh my god.
Adam's family on ice.
I mean, you could give the place a wide berth. It'd just take you a bit longer to get around. Or you can go straight past it and hope they don't bother you. Or you could try your previous approach to fortified places and try breaking in and see how that goes for you.
Yeah.
Is-
The last
Yeah.
couple of times, that has not exactly been in our favor, has it?
How many bodies are lying
No.
around right now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a violent parallel going on here? Is there people on the slopes?
Oh yeah.
Nope.
As I was scouting, were there like corpses strewn about this black villa thingy?
There are no bodies immediately visible, but
Because they didn't make it that far.
Well, yeah. If you do get close enough to have a proper look, you think there might be a couple of bodies under the snow, and there is one poor unfortunate soul frozen in the ice.
Oh god. Okay, that's not good.
Yeah. Look, boss, like, as far as embassies go, this one doesn't look too welcoming. Like,
What gave it away? The smoked out windows, the black facade, or the frozen corpse of someone running away in terror?
yes, it's kind of everything, and like it might hold the title of embassy, but I don't think we're welcome there as foreigners
Yeah.
to the city.
I don't suppose we'd have any idea whose embassy this could be, potentially.
You might figure it out from the clues I've given you,
Mm.
or
But-
you could somehow investigate further. But I'm not sure how. Without
Yeah.
Can we have our characters roll for it to figure it out at this point?
no, that's not very old school. Old school is you figure it out. Like
Indeed.
Fair enough.
I'm going to assume some kind of well, not frost giants, because that'd be probably a bigger building, but some kind of nightmare, horrible. I'm just going to assume they're ice Nazis and just give them a wide berth.
I was thinking ice
Yeah.
vampires. Actually, now that I say that word, now I'm thinking of the Total Warhammer, Kislev frost mages combined with vampire counts. That'd actually be a pretty good aesthetic.
I mean, if 30 Days of Night has taught us anything, it's that vampires do work rather well at the Arctic Circle.
True.
But no body heat; they freeze solid.
Point.
Unless you're carrying a lot of gel packs.
It's called a slushy.
Slushy vampires.
Slushy
Oh
vampires.
boy. Yeah. It just goes to show. I'm in the proper place for any kind of zombie apocalypse because they're all going to freeze to death come November. Or no,
Yeah.
actually September because, I'm in Quebec City, so
Canada. It's Canada.
yeah.
Yeah,
So let's get
I-
to the
I-
alleyways
after
and avoid this thing.
After seeing the gratuitous amount of edge that has been applied to this building, I'm a vote of we go around it and find another place that is maybe from land where that their weapons are made out of pillows and their soldiers are trained from the weakest of orphans.
Yeah, let's find the Marshmallow Land Embassy.
That
Yeah.
really does
Give this one a
Adventure
birth.
time.
Wide birth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh god. Nah, if it was Adventure Time, the Marshmallow people would be stout warriors who'd be able to kick our ass too.
This is true.
Marshmallow Princess.
Yeah. I would rather die by ice vampires than marshmallow princesses because, it just seems more heroic.
More dignified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, giving the embassy a wide berth, you find yourselves moving between other villas, but most of them seem to have been broken into and looted, or people have piled up their stuff and escaped. The looters have already been through here and seem to have rifled pretty heavily through every building. There's a few bodies here and there of people who've been killed.
Mm-hmm. Mostly the
We could have
mercenary
been
looking,
looting
or,
right now. We've been paid too well and too long.
Yeah,
Mostly
I'm
civilians.
actually kind of insulted that none of the other mercenary companies clued us in the fact they were going to revolt today.
Right?
Well,
We weren't in
you
the
were the
memo. It's
noobs.
so weird.
Yeah.
No, it's worse. We weren't in the group chat.
We weren't in
Straight
the
up
out.
insulting.
we weren't in the mercenary Discord. We just we didn't get the link.
They had a group chat without us.
Listen. Terbanus forgot to set up a LinkedIn profile, so we didn't show up in their algorithm.
Let's hope it's something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on the plus side, we might actually still be able to get contracts after today. Somewhere else.
We
Yeah.
stayed loyal.
Not here, at least. Not
Yeah,
here.
we didn't
Count
burn
the,
shit. We
the
killed
tax
one
officer.
tax guy, and nobody really has a problem with that.
We didn't
Yeah, no,
burn him.
Yeah. You see us wearing his face? No.
Player. I had to mention that just because I'm still bewildered by that. I'm like, you're doing what? Your 4-int dwarf is doing what?
Oh boy. All right, so I suppose now we can, sticking with our usual alleyway muckety muck, we can make our way to the harbor. If there's nothing else really to loot around here, there's not much we can do about it, unless the walls themselves contain valuables.
Pass through more villas. Some of them are now burnt out husks, still smoking, but no longer actively on fire. As you get closer and closer to the docks, the villas are replaced with insula again, the multi-story, multi-occupancy buildings. One of them seems to be still occupied, but they've thrown up a barricade around the doors and windows on the lower level, and there's a couple of bodies hanging outside from the outsides of other buildings as a warning, you suspect.
I mean, they just might have thrown them at just random corpses on there. Anything that marks the building in any way significant for us?
It's just a block of flats, really. Yeah,
It's apartment block. It's just an apartment block that for some reason decided we wanted to play by Mad Max rules and started putting bodies everywhere as warnings.
Yeah,
I mean, wouldn't you?
you can see a
No.
few scared civilians peeking out from the windows, looking at you, waiting to see what you do.
Yeah, we're here covered in blood and horse guts.
I give them a little nice wave. I imagine that should suffice to get them away from the windows. Me being a half-orc drenched in blood.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
give a big, nice, fangy smile to them.
Yeah.
But you, as we've established, you're not very good at being intimidating. You probably just go grr rar.
That too, yeah. But I'm as intimidating as I'm ever gonna be.
Well, he may be as evil as a box of kittens, but let's bear in mind, having someone wave at you cheerfully while covered in blood with a big toothy smile, carrying weapons, and looking like makes you look like a complete and total psychotic maniac. So, I
And
mean,
they
that's
are
at least a
already
plus
on edge.
one. That is at least a plus one.
Plus also a wagon behind us that's just filled with random furniture and whatever crap we find on the ground that's just like, oh, it's good to keep. Throw it in the back.
Ooh, a corpse.
Ooh,
Oh,
what's
what? Ooh,
I only
I
now
like that.
realize
I like
how
that lampshade.
I only now realize how my not being actually edgy really plays into my low charisma, because that's intimidation as well, isn't it?
well, it's force of personality.
Force personality.
You're just
Anyhow.
not very convincing. You don't have command
No.
presence.
No, I don't.
Yes. Anyhow, yeah, we can just go on by them. There's not going to be much worth looting there.
No.
So,
But, we
Right.
believe in you. You be the backstabbing psychopath that you have it within yourself to be.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I really needed to hear that.
Part of leadership is team building and, morale boosting.
the other half is sending home letters to families.
I'll have someone else do that.
Yeah.
Do you have you have a Jurgen to your cane?
I mean, if it comes to that, my mom will love to have the letter, but
Can she read?
yeah, she can read.
Yes.
Can
What
she?
kind
I
of
said, can
statement
she
is
read?
that?
Oh, okay. The dwarf is going back to being dour. Just
It's working for you.
yeah. When in doubt, the dwarf just glowers.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
So you pass between more insular. They all seem to be abandoned or looted. Occasionally spot a civilian sort of digging through whatever's left of their life to try and find something to take with them. But they ignore you and don't seem to be too much of a threat. Then you start to approach another villa set in its own gardens. It's just got a low wall around it. You know, you could step over it if you wanted to. The villa's on 2 levels. It's got like a roof garden with trellises on the upper level. There's a strange purple light emanating from inside the villa. It makes your eyes hurt a little bit when you look at it. On the top floor, in the doorway that leads out from the building onto the roof garden, there's a man leant against the doorframe, looking weak. When he sees you, he croaks out feebly for help.
What's exactly is? Oh, sorry.
Well, he might have something worth stealing. What's going on? I'm here to help.
From the government, we're here to help. We're from the Empire, we're here to help.
I'm
The most
hurt.
terrifying words ever spoken.
Yes. Yes, how, sir? And what's with the giant glowing purple light?
Help! Come help me. He slumps down the door onto his knees.
Okay, well, we'll try to help him up a bit.
But you'll have to get in to do that.
Yeah.
Where exactly is he located again?
He's on the upper floor in the doorway that leads out onto the roof garden.
Ah, okay.
So he's basically on the roof.
Yeah,
Kind of.
kind of.
I could
Mhm.
shoot him from here, boss. Would help him, would help us.
He might know what's going on here, and besides, if we're gonna get ourselves a ship, it would help to have some more money to hopefully be able to bribe our way through. Okay, let's go in here.
Sure.
All right.
Okay,
Right.
so you
In
march
front
up
of you.
the pathway through the ground level garden up to the front door. It's unlocked and hanging open.
Okay. Anybody with higher HP than me want to poke that door open?
Yeah,
The
I
dwarf.
got
Dwarf-
one
dwarf will
hand
lead the
on
way.
my... Oh, dwarf? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the dwarf will lead the way. The dwarf is a
He
block
has a
brick of HP.
name.
That's Ben leads the way. He's a block of HP. He can take a hit.
You nudge the door open and step inside. Yeah, there's this weird purplish light suffusing everything in here.
Exciting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
As a magic user, does this look familiar to me in any kind of way? Or at
Are
least
you
like something
following him
I'm-
in?
Yeah.
You start to get a headache almost immediately when you step inside.
Crap. Is this something I'm familiar with as a magic user, or?
When you've been around strong magical fields or working, sometimes it causes headaches and nosebleeds.
Hmm.
Thetis can sense it as well, but not to the same extent.
Okay, there is fuckery involved. Okay,
How
well,
high up is the roof? Could I just lift him up? Like,
Fair.
not
This-
going inside, just going straight to the roof?
If someone stood on
Um,
your shoulders, they could climb up onto the roof from outside.
Yeah, let's boss, you don't look so well. This whole thing, this looks like, as your bodyguard, this looks dangerous. We could go outside. Like, I got a
Yeah,
grappling
probably a
hook.
good idea. Yeah.
I
So yeah, you've
I
got
throw
that
my
grappling hook,
grappling
right?
hook and just do I'm not quite sure what it is in English. In German it's called like a robber's ladder.
Oh,
you-
where you tie the
Yeah.
loops. Yeah.
No, you throw a grappling hook and then you kind of stand on each other and you can, climb up.
Fair enough. Yes, you
Yeah.
can get up onto the roof that way easily. I won't make you roll or anything. So
All right, that will
who-
bypass the purple.
Yeah, who's going up first?
Well, I suppose I should get. Oh well, no. Thetis should get up first, so that way she can maybe heal the guy if he's in need of it.
I would, boss. I would rather have someone with some fighting
Point.
up first.
Yeah.
Hansbergen just says, "Just send me in." The dwarf. If it's magic, I can take it for a bit.
Yeah, let's throw the dwarf.
I think you mean toss the dwarf.
Yes.
The axe
All right.
is just being thumbed a little bit at that, but he doesn't say anything.
Between rope and heaving, you manage to lift the heavily armored and equipped herdsman up onto the roof.
Do you really need those 3 extra axes?
Yes. Anyhow, he faster. Anyhow,
So up here, there's a low fence running around the outside. There's a couple of trellises with climbing plants moving, wound up through them. There's pots of flowers and herbs. A lot of the same kind of stuff you've seen Tiburnus buy is growing here. So perhaps some kind of magician lived here.
Okay.
The
all right.
the old man remains crouched in the doorway with the purple light behind him.
Hansbergen confidently
All right.
strides up to the man and tries to drag him away, like grab him underneath the armpits and just try and drag him out onto the guard a bit more.
You confidently march over to the man, grab him under the armpits. His head snaps up. His eyes are black and empty. For a moment, you see a purple light emerging from his eyes and his mouth, and then he explodes as a mass of tentacles bursts out of him in all directions. Can you make a save versus breath weapons, please?
I feel like this is. Have any of you watched the Stardays?
Yes.
No, but I've seen this hentai.
No. In Astartes it's 40k, so there's the Inquisitor that's about to fall of chaos, and the Marines just immediately grab him and they just punch his face into non-existence. This is what I feel like they should have done.
Yeah.
Anyhow, D20.
It doesn't end well for them either.
All right, what's 10? Does 10 make it for hits better in? It's breath, he said.
Yeah.
All right, 13. I did not roll over. So, what manner of horrible eldritch thing have I stumbled onto?
Okay, you take 4 hit points of damage from old man shrapnel.
All right.
We just keep getting covered in guts.
We keep on taking shrapnel wounds. I'm starting to feel like we're fucking fighting in Iraq.
I think there are more tentacles there.
Yeah.
All right, in the space where the old man was, and you've been kind of blown backwards and slid back across the roof away from him. In his stead, there is now a writhing, oily mass of tentacles. They put you in mind of flatworms or leeches, the way they seem to writhe around each other and to appear and disappear all at once.
Wonderful.
What does everyone want to do?
How's the old man doing? Everything all right
Dead.
up there?
Dead and replaced by eldritch worms.
Oh boy.
Well, do I just jump off the side of the garden, or do I just go in with a hand axe like a proper dwarf?
Well, running away is always an option.
It is always an option. Sometimes there's
'cause
also the
I've
promise
used
of
2 spells already. The shield is gone by now.
Yeah.
Magic missiles used up. That means I've just got mirror image left.
Honestly, does Armeric have an overview of the situation with eldritch stuff exploding? Or is he too far down on the whole?
Well, you heard the fleshy, wet explosion from up there. You've seen the purple light. You've seen Tiburnus react badly to the purple light. Oh, I've let
Yeah,
me get rid of it.
I'm gonna grab Tiburnus and get him off the whole ladder upwards, just making
Please don't.
sure he doesn't do stupid.
Pulling him away. Is
Yeah,
Tiburnus resisting or going with?
I don't think I'm strong enough to resist him if he really does a good pull.
Thetis?
I am once again contemplating options. I am quite low health, but I also don't have any good way to contribute without getting closer to it. If we do decide to fight, I'm gonna look around for a rock to throw.
I mean, he has that head. He has that head of the emperor in his possession.
The bust.
Yes.
It's a collector's edition.
Yes. Yeah, Hesperin is down for a fight. He can grab his axe out and he can hold the thing here if you guys want to just provide range fire. Because he's in plate armor. He can go in a fight. It's just that we've been fighting things that just shoot through armor because shrapnel wounds.
All right. From where I am, could I cast mirror image on him?
I'll allow it.
All right. You got yourself 1d4 copies of you popping into existence. That should give you a bit of cover. 3 of them.
Oh.
Yeah, 3 extra lives.
How's the view from down where we are? Can we provide cover shooting? Like, shoot it?
Probably not at this
Yeah.
angle.
You might have to just bombard it with crossbowmen, basically. Like go out like 40 yards, and then you'll probably have an angle
Yeah,
just because
you'd have to back off further away to get the angle to shoot at it.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
that's
you
fine.
would be shooting into melee if Herzaban's fighting it. So.
I don't know what the rules are for OSC. Is it just like it's a chance to hit your ally, or is it just a
I'm
minus to
going
hit?
to say if you miss, there's a chance of you hitting your ally, and if you botch, you hit your ally. I'll make it a
Alright.
1 in 6 chance.
Some of you might die, but that's a chance I'm willing to take.
Chance I'm willing to take as
Classic.
well. Glory and gold. Alright.
Yeah, okay, so since Herzaben is kind of ordering his own guys to fire, so I'm taking that as a yes and moving along to shoot my own bow.
Okay. Well, everyone's moving into position or being dragged away. Is
Yes.
Herzaban going to close with it and attack it?
Yeah. Plate armor, shield, and hand axe.
Okay. So you close in with your axe. Roll to hit and tell me what you get.
Got a nat 20.
that
Okay.
Yeah.
works.
Roll
And
damage.
it's
and double
20.
it.
It's 26 plus 1, and I got a 5. So 6, and then double, so that's 12.
Is that a magic weapon?
It's a hand axe plus 1. I'm not quite
I
sure.
think the plus one's from your strength.
Okay, that's just a different. Okay, that's a different thing. I could have gone with Trove Sniffer, but I wasn't sure if that's a two-handed sword or not because it's a 1d8.
No, so it's a one-handed sword. So you probably.
Oh, I
use
could have gone
that,
with
so-
that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just use that because I thought usually I'm used to 1d6 being regular one-handed sword and 1d8 being two-handed.
As
All right, yeah,
far
we'll
as
just
I
use
know,
that.
it's 1d8 for a one-handed sword. Okay, so all right, roll damage for that.
Is that one magic
Plus
though?
2. I mean, once per day can locate an object within 120 feet.
Yeah, it
So,
could be
yeah.
magic, yeah.
I got 6.
So 8
with
points
the
of
plus
damage.
2,
Yeah, it's 8. 8 times 2, that's 16.
16. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
With our luck, this thing needs blunt objects to hurt it.
I can start punching. You think that's a bad thing, but it's not. You don't know how cathartic it is to just start freaking throwing haymakers until you have a rust monster that destroyed your entire set of armor and you don't have anything else to lose.
I mean, I've piloted a charger mech, so
That's true.
For a massive expressionless otherworldly flatworms tied in a knot, it seems surprised somehow when your magic sword bites into its flesh with such viciousness and cleaves off portions of it, which leak purple blood. It hisses through its many mouths and attacks you back. What's your AC?
16/17, but
17 with the shield, so I'm assuming
Yeah.
you've got your shield.
yeah, 17 with the shield.
Okay. Okay, you heroically beat its tentacles aside with your shield as it fails to land even the slightest hit upon you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The next turn, all of your archers and everyone are now in position
Yes.
and can fire.
Cool.
I do the classic fire because that's pretty much all I can do at this range.
Okay, you need 17 or higher to hit.
Oof.
So please roll for everyone at a distance and let me know who hits.
Yep.
I hit. I got a 21.
No.
My remaining footmen only have swords, so they're not much help.
All my archers
I could
missed
throw
as
them.
well.
Did I find a rock?
Yes, you can throw a rock.
Yay! 15.
Okay, it misses or bounces off its flesh or something. Okay, so you hit, roll damage.
I have backstab, but I don't know when it applies.
This thing doesn't have a back as such.
Yeah, it
so.
doesn't have a back, so
So backstab's not a rule. It's just when I backstab.
it's much more straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thief
Fair enough.
backstabs are literally when you just catch somebody off guard and literally put a knife in their back. Or an arrow
Okay.
or
Okay.
axe. Whatever.
Yeah.
I roll regular D6 for the short bow. Yep.
Yeah.
2. I deal 2 damage with my.
It's not a magic bow or arrow or anything, is it?
No, just regular thing.
Did any
Bunk.
of the other attacks hit? Or did everything miss?
All the dwarves missed.
In their defense, trying to use a crossbow for volley fire isn't exactly easy.
It's not great, but
Okay.
hey, we make do.
Fortunately, Hertz isn't hit by any of the stray arrows. Though it is
Wonderful.
disconcerting to have all of these bolts suddenly thump into the creature and slide off its flesh or hit into the door frame and so on around you. I take it you're pressing the attack again? Is Tabernus doing anything? You'll cast all your spells now.
Yeah, I've got nothing memorized. Because I could attack it with my stick, which is magic. It's just
We're
that.
at 18 on attack.
Okay, that's a hit. Roll damage.
Alright. Where'd I put my 1d? 5. So that's 7.
Okay, it recoils from your magical blade as you hack off more sections of it, and decides discretion is the better part of valor, and shrinks back into the building.
Okay, I think we can probably rush in.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could give Almeric my stick. He'd probably have a better chance of whacking in the face with whacking in the face than I do.
Yeah, here's a smack of algae horror with a walking stick.
As much as I love the
Magic walking
stick. Yeah, as much as I love the stick. Quick question. Why though?
Because it's a
Because,
magic stick. Can
No.
actually hurt
The guy we were trying to save is turned into mush.
Because there might be loot.
Because this is clearly a
Probably
magician's
so.
house, and
And
magicians
I,
usually,
being a
if they have a
magician, want
villa,
his stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Give me the magic stick.
Almeric, whack it.
all right. Yeah, we already have spells casted, so there's no reason to let up at this point. So
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
just get in there
See
and get going.
Following after it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So it's desperately trying to retreat from you into one of the rooms on the upper floor. The rest of you go charging back towards the building. That'll be your action this turn. Ready to
Can
move in
Artsabin
next turn.
control his mirror images?
Well, they
just
basically
find
do
it.
what he does.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just mirror. That's literally
Okay.
it's not like
I was just thinking about hurting the thing, but if it just mirrors, it's probably
no.
not gonna
It's
work.
it's more just like it's like making clones in Naruto to
Mm.
make to
Mm.
just absorb attacks.
It's like in Total Recall when Arnold Schwarzenegger has that hologram of himself.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
trying
that.
to think of examples, but for some reason Naruto's the only one that came.
When in
Those
doubt,
are
call the
shadow
Hoven
clones.
movies.
I
Okay,
need to
so
watch.
you follow after it as
Mhm.
quick as you can. You see it moving down the hallway and looking to try and move into one of the rooms up here. But Hertzban can close and attack again if he wishes.
Yeah. All right, rolling. Where'd that dice go? Jeez, rolled that too far. 5, unfortunately.
Ah,
Okay. So you come charging after it, swing your sword. It moves into the room beyond, and your blade just cuts a chunk out of the doorframe. Okay, the rest of you come hurtling into the building.
yeah.
And
I'm yelling at Almeric, hit it with the stick! Hit it with the stick!
I am very much
Thunder.
intending to hit things with the stick.
you thunder up the stairs, and you see Hertzban following the thing into one of the rooms up here. So Hertzban moves in.
Mm-hmm.
There is a rent in space, presumably through which this creature emerged. There are all manner of arcane sigils and things all over the floor and the walls. There's a smaller version of the kind of scroll bookcase that you saw before, and a magical tome on a lectern. It's trying to crawl back into the slit into the other world.
Did I,
Hit it with
did
a
I hear a
stick!
bell? Did I hear a bell? No, I didn't. I didn't hear no fucking bell.
It's like, oh, you see, your problem here is you got this gateway to another dimension. You call him electrician.
All right. So
Wouldn't it be a plumber?
Well,
We gotta
no,
leave.
this
Hertzban
person
can
is
get
electrician.
another attack on it this turn. The rest of you will be able to pile in next turn.
All right.
Sure.
11, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, you cut off a couple of minor bits of it, but in the time it's had running away, it seems to have regenerated some of its limbs, though it still seems to be smaller than it was to start with.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, the rest of you pile in like the Spanish Inquisition in a Monty Python sketch.
Absolutely.
Uh,
That's how we roll.
The
I
thing,
mean, so
the thing
far
has
it's
its
been working for us.
the thing has
dwarf
its
said kill
tentacles
it.
wound around the entrance to this portal, and it's trying to pull itself through, but there seems to be some resistance.
Mm.
So everyone can now make an attack on it, should they so wish.
Yes.
And yes, you can backstab it because it's otherwise occupied.
Okay.
Nice.
I will hit it with the stick. And I can backstab it. That is
Yes.
great news.
Like,
Forward to
alright.
Even though technically it's a backbeat, I guess. But yeah,
Don't worry
And we
about
need
it.
to roll 17 or higher to hit it.
17 or higher to hit it. Yeah.
That I missed.
Yeah. 19.
Nice.
Actually, 20. 20. Dirty
Not a
20.
natural 20. An
No,
unnatural
no.
Dirty
20.
20.
Just so you know, if you kill this thing, I get the XP because it's my stick.
If I get the stick,
If you get the stick, he gets the carrot.
If by carrot you mean Tome of Eldritch Knowledge is just lying there waiting to be picked up, I'm okay with that.
no, that's the loot for this adventure. It's the fucking carrot.
I thought that
I
was
stole
a
this from
single
supper.
silver coin.
Right. So
What treasure
I,
did you...
We got one silver coin.
yep. We're
And a bust of
rich,
the Emperor.
motherfuckers.
Okay, so who hit? Did anyone hit?
I did.
Almeric attacked with it.
Okay.
I-
The staff does. Give me a sec. The staff does
D4
1d4 plus 1.
Yeah, and I double that from the back
Yeah.
stabby thingy. I should have just used my fucking sword. It's better than that.
But
It's
stick of
magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
You can use what
four?
you got.
4, that's plus 1 is 5, that's 10. 10 damage.
Nice.
Okay.
I
No one else hit it at all, right?
I don't think Hertzman's attacked it.
I forgot
I
about
thought I
my
didn't
doggy.
get one.
I,
Oh,
I,
I just
I
gotta-
can roll with Nyx, right?
It's
Yes.
the armored warthog, yeah. Warthog.
Yes.
Warthog.
Warthog. No. Yeah.
What did you fucking
I'll roll
badass?
with Nick. Yeah, Nyx doesn't hit though.
Oh, yeah. Also,
Did
you
her
sure you
hit?
want your dog to bite this thing? Because I'm pretty sure it's not going to taste good.
Well, Almeric
no.
doesn't, but you have dogs. You know they will bite stuff that doesn't taste well.
Yeah, but I don't let them.
Well, Almeric does.
Look,
So
we
did
cannot
Hertz hit or
think-
miss? Did Hertz hit or miss?
Miss.
Okay. Right. So, with a weird suctioning noise, the thing pulls itself back through the hole, which seals up shut behind it. The purple light disappears, as does Tiburnus's headache.
All right. Well, that was something.
Sure
Okay.
was.
He
Got
says,
away.
taking his stick and wiping, grabbing some kind of nearby like a drape to clean the gore off of this walking staff before it, suddenly starts growing tentacles of its own.
Damn, boss, I do like that stick.
Yeah, it doesn't hit hard, but it hits well.
It's a
Well.
good club.
Well, now time to begin looting the probable sorcerer's household. I'm gonna go see
Yeah.
if he had a wine casket somewhere, wine cask somewhere.
I'm gonna start
Yeah.
examining all the mystical doodads in this room, see if there's anything salvageable.
Yeah,
Yes.
about that, boss, do you have anything on like magical anti-looting defense mechanisms that your kin uses?
It's a
Indo.
very good question. I'm glad that you asked. Don't touch anything weird.
Everything's weird.
Again, very good point. Basically, just if it looks important, be very, very careful about what you do with it. Like poke it with the stick.
Yes.
When in doubt, just yeah.
Okay, I walk
I mean,
around
it
the
still
house
moves, so
quickly.
it still twitches and stuff. So technically, it might still count as a living thing if ever that's important. So
Okay.
meanwhile, we got to take a look at that tome, see if there's anything that stands out as particularly don't fuck with this thing.
It's got a handful of spells in it, but it's going to take you a while to decode his personal magical coding and so on. The scrolls, however, are eminently more usable. Some of them are just like papers and things, ideas on magic, letters, that sort of thing. So they're not terribly useful, but two of them appear to be proper spells. One is
See, mages, you never say the fire didn't do something for you. He got you more scrolls.
one is a scroll of shield.
Ooh, nice. Mm-hmm.
The other is a scroll of mass morph.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It can convert. It can use illusion to make a group of people look like tops of trees or a group of rocks or that sort of thing. So it's good for disguising a big group of people.
Which we are, technically. That's always
Yep.
handy. Let's see here.
That would be useful for getting out of the city. We could just pretend we're,
Rubble.
something else that won't get us killed.
Yeah, 4th level spell, too. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah. Also, he had a bag packed, and there's a couple of 100 gold pieces worth of gemstones and things in there. A ritual dagger, a ritual stave that has no actual magical effect, but used as a magical focus. That's and some supplies, some food and drink, but that seems to be about it.
Well, he's kind of exploded all over the place, so I don't think he's going to be needing any of that.
Right.
Gentlemen, our search for an exit to this town has not been in vain. Take a nice little handful of gems and let them fall back into the bag.
Nice.
Right. So we're running a bit low on time because Mr. Fictionaut wants to come on and talk for a bit about the game and
Yeah.
the ideas and so on.
Fair enough.
So I will skip to the end. So yeah, you wend your way through some more houses, villas, and so on. Occasionally running into the odd desperate civilian skulking around to avoid other mercenary groups or bands of legionnaires. Many of whom seem to have left their positions now and have decided to join in the looting before everything's gone. So even that order has broken down. But then you come within sight of the docks. A lot of ships are missing. A lot of ships are burning or sunk in the docks with their masts or their prows or sterns sticking up out of the water. One fairly broad merchant ship remains, very low in the water, being piled up with loot taken from the various warehouses and shops.
Well, that sounds
Well,
like
now.
the boat we want.
Yeah.
Somebody else did all the work for us. How wonderful.
Like people are still piling up stuff there. Like the boarding is in process. It's
Yeah.
like Gate 4, Group D now boarding. How about guards? Like,
Anybody look like armed and stuff like that?
Yeah, I just need to look something up quickly.
Yeah, get all stats. But I'm fine with fighting for that ship. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Not sure if mirror images will still be on, but I'll still charge and apply dwarf to forehead.
Oh,
magic
God.
spell.
Well, the mirror image lasts for an hour, so.
Oh, okay, then yeah, definitely. Just
So
go
now
ahead.
that's always good.
So yeah, there only seems to really be a handful of crew for the ship, and they all seem kind of cowed and fearful.
All right, so I guess we should just like walk up the gangplank like we own the ship.
Well, so besides them, there's a small group of about 4 tall women in armor, kind of Amazonian looking almost. Big weapons, reasonably heavy armor, chain or breastplates and toughened leather.
Vast tracts of land.
Yeah, pretty much. So they're more muscly than anything else. So a bunch of big muscle mummies.
All right.
Do we know anything about muscle mummy mercenaries? Anything about their allegiance?
I was not
Hobgoblins.
expecting to hear the words muscle mommy mercenaries this Saturday, just to let everybody know.
It just really goes off the tongue. It's
Yeah, hobgoblins. Some of the tribes of hobgoblins were cursed not to have male children anymore. So the females of the tribes kind of stepped up. And they're known for carrying off men for purposes.
so it's a win-win situation with the mommy goblins.
That's
Okay.
my snoo.
Well, for you all.
Wow.
Oh dear.
There's how many of them? Only 4?
4.
Yeah. But they are big, tall, muscular, tusked.
Sir, I started out as short. I was odds were stacked against me to begin with. I don't have any fear.
Plus, there's 4 of you right now. I mean, there's one for each of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, exactly. There's enough dwarf to go around. So, we're just gonna roll on in and say, we own this now, or you work for us, or just charge and let head spinner and just let the bodies soak in the water. What's the plan?
I am really curious if there's only 4 of them. If they have an entire group of people loading stuff onto the ship. None of the people carrying cargo are armed.
No.
I mean, a quick enough surprise attack with all the extra, mercenaries we've got right now. We could probably take them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fuck it.
They haven't noticed you. They're fixated upon the
Alright.
ship.
I have a poison vial. Can I put the bows in the poison, or is that not
Your
how that
arrows?
works?
The arrows, unless you're planning to beat them to death with your bow.
I might. No,
Yes,
I mean
you can
the
dip,
arrows,
your arrows in the poison.
yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm doing that with
All right.
4 arrows.
So yeah, I can cast. Let's see. Thetis, would you be rushing into melee too, or?
That is.
Thetis?
Thetis?
I'm here. Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Would you be rushing into melee? I know Hertzben's going to be aching for a fight.
I will go where you all follow. 4 health means I am 1 squish away from head being, watermelon
Honestly-
sized. So
Okay. Well, I can
Like-
cast use that scroll to cast shield on you. North's got the mirror images still. So yeah,
Mhm.
you'd have an AC of 15 for 2 turns. You'd have an AC 15 versus in melee, AC 17 versus missiles. So that should give you a bit of extra protection.
I actually already have AC 15 because my shield.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Let's just bring a couple of our board muscle between us and the muscle mummies, because I have a funny feeling they might be going towards us for melee.
Yeah, good point too. So you can stay at a distance with your arrows and the crossbowmen.
Yes.
Take them on a distance, pick them off, maybe, take them down with the poison. Meanwhile, we'll be in there just wreaking as much havoc as we can.
Sure.
And I'll be cast. I guess I'll cast shield on myself then again to just make sure I can stand up in a fight a little bit.
Makes sense to me.
Okay, so you're able to move all your troops and yourselves into position within dwarf charge range, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I get backstab?
Unfortunately, I
on
left the
such
dwarf
situations?
bolt at home, so.
You'll get backstab on the first turn, yeah.
Nice, thanks.
Because their shapely, muscly backs are towards you.
Yes. Mhm.
All right, so you have surprise. So you have a free turn.
Nice.
So make your attack rolls. You need 14 or more to hit.
All right, I got to close to 0, so.
I'm not
18.
sending in Nyx with the melee. I'm leaving her
Okay.
with me.
Yeah,
So
I only
I'm
got
just
6 on
rolling
her
my
score.
damage.
All right, I succeed
Yeah,
with
it's not
18.
doing it. I'm not hitting.
Well, I'll leave you to figure it out, and then you just tell me how much damage you do.
All right. 1 hit with the staff, it's 5 damage.
Is Thetis closing in for combat?
I might as well.
And do
Alright.
you have any minions left?
I do actually have the 3 dudes. I don't think anyone else died.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to roll
So
for
they can
those
attack as
3
well.
guys too.
Miss.
D20.
Nope.
There we go.
All the dwarf crossbowmen miss.
Nope, everyone missed.
I've got 2 hits from my footmen. So they have, let's see, swords D8. 1 and where's the other D8 here? Here we go. One does 6 points damage. The other one does 7.
Okay. Someone missed. Or did Almeric hit? And did any of Almeric's minions hit? You just got the dog, don't you? Yeah.
Just a dog. Just a mayonnaise dog. Making his way in Miklagard.
So did Almeric hit or not?
Oh, sorry. No. I didn't hit, and the dog is staying with me, so he's not
Yeah.
melee.
Any of the other none of the crossbowmen hit. Okay.
So there's a fusillade of shots from the crossbows, and then a roar as your minions all charge forward with you in amongst them. One of the hobgoblin women is brought down to her knees as the backs of her legs are cut, and then one of your minions puts his blade through the front of her helmet, through
Nice.
her eye. Another one is shoved and beaten forward and leaking blood from several small wounds, but tumbles forward into the water. So she's out of the fight, whether she's dead or not. So that's
Nice.
2 down straight away. Right.
Back to
And your
regular
leader-
initiative.
Yeah, can your leader roll a d6 for initiative, please?
Coming up. Come on. 6.
I rolled a 6 as well, so let's roll again.
4.
6.
Damn it.
Wait. Damn.
Okay.
Lower is
with
better,
us-
right?
Higher is better for that. Okay,
Yeah,
with a
I thought-
snarl, they turn towards you. Does anyone have a stat of 16 or higher?
I have an intelligence of 17.
Yeah, it's not really.
Any
Dwarf
stat.
is-
I have a dex
dwarf-
of 16.
Dex of 16?
My charisma
Yes.
is 15 at highest. Damn.
Okay. Does Thetis have anything 16 or higher?
She
She's
has
a
a
woman.
17 in wisdom.
But she's a woman, so it doesn't count.
Wow.
So it's just Elmeric then.
Yeah.
Okay. The hobgoblin women turn. One unsheathing a massive sword from her back. The other pulling a broad, sort of bell-shaped pistol from her belt. But they both stop and freeze, looking at Elmeric, as if transfixed by the beautiful grace of his movements. So they both failed their paralysis saves, which they have to do if they come across a good-looking fella.
By orcish standards.
By
I
orcish
am-
standards.
Okay, Almeric, whatever you do not speak.
Is harder than you would think.
Just just stand there looking edgy. Okay, just please, for the love of whatever gods remain in this world, don't say anything.
Pose. Just pose. Just pose.
But they're
Yeah, I lick my bow.
they're basically helpless for a turn if you want to follow up.
We want to follow up.
Yeah, we're going to follow
Okay,
up.
make
Right between us and a giant payday.
Make your attacks again.
All right, 15 to hit.
Everyone, right?
Damn.
Everyone, you need 14 on.
All right.
Do I still get backstab since they're paralyzed?
Damn,
I'll
never
allow
mind
it.
hit.
All right. I do 5 damage. My footmen only 1 hits. 3.
None of mine hit, and I don't hit it either.
Okay.
Omric doesn't hit either.
Okay.
None of mine
He's
hit.
busy posing.
And Hertz's men miss. Does Hertz hit?
No, none of my people hit anything.
Wait,
It was
am I the only guy who's actually managed to do melee damage right now?
Yes.
in this fight.
The wizard.
Last fight. Yes. I haven't rolled above a 10.
You
haven't
might
hit
have been the only one in the whole game who actually killed someone, to be honest.
I haven't hit anybody since the peasant.
Oh yeah, there's that guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
We're
but
not
he's a tax
counting the
collector. He
peasant.
doesn't count as a person.
yeah. I meant in combat.
The hobgoblin woman with the sword is brought down by the mass of minions that you've unleashed upon her, and then is beaten to death with a stick. Which is an embarrassing way to go. The one remaining hobgoblin woman gets her blunderbuss out and fires point blank range into our mage,
Oh dear. I'm glad I have the shield up, so that's 17.
which gives you
AC.
17. Yeah.
Come on, Eldritch Sorcery,
Okay.
don't fail me now.
So there's a
Should've
huge,
stayed with your
deafening
bodyguard.
explosion right in front of you, and your whole life slows down, and you see the fragments of metal hit the edge of the shield and kind of bulge around you in all directions, being deflected by the magic. I don't think we need to roll for the next turn. Yeah, with everyone attacking one woman, she's down. Yeah.
It just beats.
Someone should have told her about the slow blade.
The crew of the ship ushers you quickly on board, thankful that you've rescued them from a life of snoo-snoo, though they may change their minds later on when they realise exactly what they're missing out on.
And or realize how much they get paid.
The ship's sail billows with wind as they open it, and you sail away, leaving the city burning behind you. In the far distance, as you move away, you can see an army of frost giants descending from the hills to despoil the city as well.
Oh god.
Honestly, the real treasure might have not have been the friends we made along the way, but it sure is the self-confidence that Almeric got from all those hobgoblin ladies just lusting after him.
I mean, yeah, if he ever wants to, make a very good reputation for himself, I definitely going to their neck of the woods is probably going to be a good thing.
But we already made out. We have a ship. What's in the hold? Is it just like filled with booty from hobgoblins?
It's filled with booty, except there's no hobgoblin booty.
Unfortunate.
It's the price I'm willing to pay.
But we can pay for different booty at different shores.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, we can pay for all the booty now.
Yeah, and we have a ship. It's like owning a very nice sports car in those times. You know?
Yeah,
I have a ship. Who can say they have a ship? Not many people.
Well, the crew still has the ship. They're just letting you come along. So
yeah.
No. My sword says I have a ship. And
it's true. You haven't used your ability to detect that item, so yeah, you may detect this is your ship.
I detect the deed, and I say, "This is my deed now. I am now the captain." Which is ironic. It's dwarves.
He's gonna call it the ownership.
Oh god!
No, he's gonna call it domain.
Oh no!
Call it I ship it.
Oh.
Well, that brings the adventure to a close. Thank you for playing. I hope I did justice to the Fictionaut scenario and everyone had fun.
You did.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. It was Black Company goes to town and just takes everything not nailed down. It's surprisingly more fun than I figured it would have been. I figured it would have been fun, but that was more fun than I figured.
Yeah, I was honestly expecting all of us to be dead by the end of this, because what little I know about this adventure, he's mentioned some very lethal implements that could have been tossed our way if we went to other directions.
Well, you avoided a lot of shit. So.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I would actually survive an OSR game. Just from my decision making, usually.
You were really lucky when you tried to storm the tower that you didn't get hit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I figured that. Yeah, we should have died from that, but
yeah, and the grape shot should have
shredded us.
Yeah, it should have done what Great Shot does and made us into confetti, but it didn't. Look, this is how you play old school.
The original Metal Storm weapon system.
Yeah, no, this is how you play old school. You just go in with the biggest balls you can and just say, "I'm going to do this, and we're going to get through this." And then
our characters now have survivorship bias. They think they can just walk in, act like they own the place, and not get shredded into pieces.
I mean, we spend enough of this treasure into civilization. We're going to level up a whole bunch of times.
either they're right or they're wrong. It's no longer their problem.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just unbothered, in their lane, dead as fuck. But
yeah.
Collapsing empires are full of
thriving.
opportunities for mercenaries.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm glad I picked the right shirt for it too.
Yeah.
True.
I hadn't made the connection when I just grabbed this morning out of I got this we got this on our honeymoon when we went to Rome, and it's just like, yeah, I'll just throw this on. It's like, oh, this fits perfect.
All you need was your gladius.
No, it's up there.
No, it's up there. Where?
Give me a sec.
Can I not see it? Oh.
Well, it's up here.
No, there's no visible gladius
Oh,
at this point.
more up there.
It's his fault.
Ooh,
Hello, Ivan.
nice.
for showing off pointy things.
Yeah, Ivan.
Good night, good gentlemen.
Hello.
I'm quite glad that everyone had an excellent time with this adventure, this little project. I have been working at least a year, which I shall say I was delighted the incident with the open game with sense, but it will have come earlier. But well, that gave me the chance to add more material to research further into including more factions, more encounters. But yeah, I'm here to answer any questions you may have about the adventure, the references, and well, my main methodology for its design. If
Mhm.
you
So
No, not me.
Yeah. Well, I've already talked to you a bit about this. I'll let the other guys ask questions first.
Yeah.
So was going for the Roman angle what you intended?
Oh, yes. Well, Miklagard, as the name implies, is based in Byzantium. It's because I found that the late Roman Empire, because people in historiography considers the Byzantine Empire the Roman Empire, is extremely neglected in its war on sorcery, and it's quite rare to find that kind of aesthetic or settings based in that culture, in that which is quite fascinating because considering that the richness that implies being the commercial hub of at the end of the Silk Road as can bring into the gaming table. So yeah, also the main idea behind the model was that I didn't found a single adventure in a sword or sorcery game, not only the D&D and even in others, that doesn't use the idea of a saking of a city, which was something quite common in the ancient world and in the Middle Ages. Well, even in the modern era, because sacking was a thing during the Italian campaigns of Napoleon, if for given an example. And the main premise behind this adventure was what a group of adventurers will do during this situation. So I did start researching in my books about history and basically selected a series of famous takings, and well, is that I decided to use as a template the Four Crusade,
Mm.
the saking of Constantinople in 1204.
Wasn't the one with that one where the Crusaders got redirected over to Constantinople by
Because the Venetians, yeah,
Venetians?
it was a clusterfuck because the Venetians manipulated the Crusades, and basically it was an excuse to completely obliterate Byzantium as a commercial opponent in the Mediterranean. Well, there is an very interesting book about the matter. If you give me a moment. Um, it's by Jonathan Phillips. It was one of my pillars of research in the development of this model, which is the title in English, because, well, of course, I have the translation in Spanish, is The Fourth Crusade.
Mhm.
Is quite an extensive, in a narrative style, quite extensive research on the matter from the origins to the aftermath of the Fourth Crusade. And also, another element I introduced is the aftermath of the First Punic War, because as I was researching, I decided to revisit some works of fiction, and one of them was Salambo, the novel of Flaubert, because I was reading some research papers involving Robert Henry Howard, and there was one of them that did imply that the figure of Conan was heavily inspired in the main character of that novel, which is basically the Seiking and the issues that Carthage have after the First Punic War, because they paid all the mercenary companies. So did merge the two ideas, the Fourth Crusade and the mercenary wars, for come with a scenario. But then I found that the adventure was very linear, was very railroad, and in a stroke of inspiration, basically I was doing my chores, and the television was running in the background, and came in a rerun of Escape from New York, and well, it was that moment of inspiration. I say, wait a moment, what if the adventurers are not the Sakers, but the victims of the Saking? Yeah. That is the special. There is the possibility that the adventurers become Sake looters, but the main idea is that they have to escape from the city, because the main plot of Escape from New York, if you convert it into an adventure, it becomes an NPC score mission, and everyone hates that kind of games. No one likes an score mission. You know, the idea of go there, save the princess, and bring her back. Uh, I
The only
omit
time anybody ever tolerates that is if you get to bang the princess.
yeah, well, yeah, but yes, the idea is I omitted that element of the plot of the movie, and became that with the idea of making a timed adventure, as Jim exposed at the end of the session. The characters might find or not that the not the emperor, because the emperor that did flee, and spoilers here because it's an element that no character will find during the play, is dead. It's he fled, it is dead, and that brings a consequence I will comment after, or rather, is the reason that some friends you, Bastien, know very well come into the city, because this same
Some very, very big, very, very cold-hearted friends.
yeah, or or very eco-friendly friends, the Gruthak. But yeah, as I was saying, the emperor, the only authority that is in the city, is the father of the emperor, which is still alive, and it's the main reason why there was a civil war. It's a reference to Byzantine politics and power struggle. The man sees that everything is lost. The Grand Empire has no future, so gives an executive order to his Varangian war, which in the setting here are frost giants, to come to the city and devastate it. Not leave even the pebbles of the rocks. No? So so why this decision, this design decision? Because, well, if you make a model that is quite the Grand Theft Auto sandbox kit, you need to not make it an exploitable uh, in a long term campaign, because it might work in a standalone session, but if it's part of a grand campaign, well, it becomes a source from a lot of issues, because, well, it's an immense city, which means that the characters can find wondrous artifacts, a lot of gold, jewels. So yes, they can loot, they can get things that usually in a low level adventure you will not find.
Mhm.
But if you risk it, you might have end with a TPK, I mean, total party kill.
But of course, you have the option of the fact that because the city's under siege, and tearing itself apart, not many of the normal defenses of these higher level areas would no longer be active, giving low level parties a chance of getting away with it
Exactly.
if they know what they're doing.
Because,
Which
well,
we didn't.
didn't happen here. Didn't happen here. Jim tried to teach you, but the monuments, which are the navigation landmarks used to navigate through the city, through the 14 districts that divides the city, are all dragged or have events. For example, the first steps, if the party decided to loot the platinum ingots, there is a mechanism that if you doesn't disable, and it's a puzzle, uh, basically what happens is if you bring the ingots from the floor, the equestrian status that decorates the borders of the cube turn around and become flamethrowers.
So that would have been a very short adventure.
Very spicy one at that.
Yeah.
And it's the initial location of the adventure, but it's not the most brutal in this case. No, for example, the lake of the goddesses is also trapped. There is a lot of well, it's a fortune to make in looting the statues, but it's also trapped. I mean, the goddess of victory has a glove.
Oh God, you mentioned this to me one time. Oh no.
And if you try to loot the jewels, the globe opens and releases sodium spheres. You know what happens when a considerable amount of sodium spheres enter in contact with the water of the lake, right?
But lucky for you, you completely failed to notice any of the gemstones and things on the statues. So.
I just didn't want to get wet. Like, I got my collector's edition Emperor's Bust TM.
I had my single silver coin for the tax office.
Maybe
Who's
it's
laughing now? Like, turns out we did everything right, just because we were too stupid or too lazy to actually proper loot the place.
It's amazing because I was thrilled about, maybe they will be tempted and try it. No.
I was tempted.
I mean, we don't want to.
tempted.
Hey, we don't want to spoil everything for the people at home watching. I mean, they gotta play through the adventure
No.
too, so you gotta keep some surprises.
Well,
I was very much channeling who is in Black Company, Mad Eye. Who was the documentarian of like the list of people that just
Croker.
died and Croker. I was just like, I'm gonna be Croker. I'm gonna be the one that lives after this. And I'll just have the list of all the dead people that we had through here. So I'm not going to
Admittedly,
go
we
to
did
that.
lose a couple of people,
what
that's for
the
sure.
company will do in this situation.
Yeah, what would the Black Company do in this situation? Well, first let's see
Backstab
if we
someone with a
immediately
ballista.
die. If it's immediate
Okay,
death, then no. If it's death after maybe something bad happening, maybe.
I
can try.
hate to do this, but
there is
it's
a
2
thing
a.m.
that-
here, and I need to get some rest, so I'm going to have to close the stream out. So this is going to be a commercial module you're going to make available.
In theory, if everything goes well, this model will come out at the end of August, and most late the first week of September
Okay. And where will people be able to get it?
in Drive-Thru RPG.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
And well, if we sell enough copies, there will be a print-on-demand and edition of the model. Also, the model is intended not only for old school essentials, but also will have an iteration for Dungeon Crawl Classics.
And I think it would work really well with Lamentations of the Flame Princess,
Exactly.
which
There
would
is-
be a very easy translation across. Yeah.
Mhm.
Honestly, I
I
think it's very inspiring. It works for any kind of adventure
Oh,
just
shit.
for the input.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
ability to just within that sandbox, just go wherever you want, do whatever you want, loot everything you want if you can survive it. But having that ticking clock in the back there, whether the players are aware of it or not, that's something that's missing in a lot of sandbox games, whether tabletop video games, stuff like that, where you can just, oh, I have this main quest, I'm just gonna go do something else for the next couple of years, then get back to it.
Yeah.
You ain't doing that here.
Original Fallout
Yeah,
was good.
original
Also-
Fallout, Skyrim, you name it.
Also,
Oh yeah, right. I had a son.
when the clock is ticking, as the clock ticks, the things get even worse because, well, there is localized events, but there is events that affect an entire district of the city. Well, for example, there is a carpet bombing. It could happen. There is the clashing of two archmages, and you can get caught in the crossfire. So yeah, is there is not only the concept of the random encounters that you end fighting the legionaries, the Oath Free companies, or even other groups and adventures, because there are NPCs that is like mini bosses. But
Yeah.
the clock ends and you can.
There's a lot of tables and random events and things, so it can be quite unpredictable, even if you've played it through before. Anyway, it's time to say goodnight. So thank
Night.
you everyone
Have a
for
good day.
playing.
Alright.
Thank you for creating.
Good night,
it.
everybody.
Good night.
Thank you, Grim. That was really enjoyable adventure.
Indeed.
Really cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was fun.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
hosting.
you, Grim. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, everybody.